the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Phantom with the spoon, and your boy right at the south and back. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia.
Monrovia,
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Africa.
Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you got today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you got today.
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia.
Monrovia,
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Africa.
Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon.
Benjamin Franklin said, and I quote, "Lost time is never found again," unquote. So using your time wisely to listen and view Spoon TV is the right choice. for news and information that you can use as tools, not to abuse. Spoon Talk is here. Spoon Talk is there. Spoon Talk is everywhere. Tune into Super 95.5, Fabric 101.1, and Spoon 107.5. You also follow us on Spoon TV, Super TV, and Fabric TV live on Facebook. Dr. Richardson is on the other end. James Good Flomo subsequently be joining the rest of the folks as well. My name is Rufus Divine Connor, your sound coordinator for tonight's presentation. Before much I do, I recuse myself and say good evening to you, Dr. Richardson.
Hey, Rufus, how are you doing?
I'm grateful. When you go, can come monkey here.
You taught me that one. You don't want to show me that other word, those other phrase. When they go, can come monkey here. I have to, give you your kudos. Your articulation and how you emphasize words when you're speaking is very good for the radio. So that's very good. I was just listening to that and said, wow, it's tough to train you guys how to do that better. Maybe you guys just learn how to do it. But it's good radio voice. It's a very, very good radio voice.
Thank you.
You don't talk that out when you're home, right?
Huh?
You don't talk that out when you're home, right?
Well, normally, all depends the environment I find myself. Sometimes we put on the professional tone whenever we are among professionals. So if we just on a normal conversation, we speak at the level like we normally do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's almost like what when I'm in the class, I'm a different speaker. When I'm in my therapy session, I'm a different speaker. When I'm on Spoon, I'm a different speaker. When I'm home, I'm a different speaker. So that's just how it is with, the mask that we wear in this world. Good. Lost time. You said something about lost time.
Yeah.
Really fly. That's one thing you never get back is time. So
Never.
yeah. So it's good to just make use of the time, especially when it comes to relating to people, making good deals instead of, making toxic relationships with people. Well, let's what's going on in the country. You're here today to hear, and for those of you on social media on Facebook, you're going to be watching TV. You're going to be watching Spoon TV. The panelists are here to provide information to you about Liberia. We come with our different views, different life perspectives, different career, and those areas of interest, life perspective tend to influence the way that we see things in the discussion pieces that we provide to you. So I want to welcome all of you. Rufus, what's going on in Liberia? Anything that we need
as usual, you understand that our stable food is key on the news. The increment that has been done in the price of rice.
Mm-hmm.
We used to buy rice at $15-14. Now it's $17.50. It's troubling right now. Folks are complaining. This is our stable food, so just the way to go. We need to find an amicable solution to this because, mind you, we have the soil that we can grow our own food. But why are we not growing our own food? Where is the Ministry of Agriculture? What are we doing with the soil? We notice that our soil is not being put into use as it used to. When we were growing up as kids, we overheard Lofa County being the breadbasket. Are they still the breadbasket? Nimba and other counties. Come on, this is something that's so troubling. Other countries are growing their own food. Why are we not growing our own food? And we have one of the richest soils when it comes to Africa.
Yeah, sad, very sad. But you right on the spot on. We get a lot of rain in our country. If you want swamp rice, you can plant it. There's a lot of swamps in the area. If you want farm rice, You can plant farm rice. You know, you talk about planting rice, it brings back a lot of childhood memory of me on my parents' farm. We used to plant rice there. We had a swamp rice and also the highland rice in the highland area. And the best part I used to love was driving the birds. They used to make a special noise like to drive the birds. So like one person say it and another person pick it up just to let the birds go from the rice. And then what I didn't like is when you had to take the rice off the stalk, you had to do your feet match with your foot. It used to put a lot of bumps on my foot. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
I was allergic, had allergies to it, or if I was doing it wrong. But I had all these little small pimples because you know women would put it on the mat and then they all just ground their foot together to take the rice seed off this. Do you know what I'm talking about, Rufus?
Yeah, yeah. I formed part of it. I can remember. I went back home. When my late grandmom was alive, we went to visit, and we used to practice all those things. You know, go on the farm, cut the rice, and you would rub with your feet, and to get the rice off the straw, and
Yeah,
then you go and pound it. You get your little country bread and other stuff like that. So.
yeah.
But
And
where Abraham Bunda coming from? Abraham, you need to stop. I have sleepless eyes, my brother. I'm not sleeping. Stop that. You just made me Rufus sleeping behind the microphone. My eyes are very smaller, so you need to stop, my young man.
yeah, yeah. So he just joking, probably. Yeah, so those but it's a serious issue, and I'm sure I'm kind of delaying the conversation because I know that's what the panelists will probably pick up from today. That's going to be part of the conversation, and but I just like to talk about how rich our country is in terms of the soil and how my memory of like rice. And I remember so I have I spent part of my childhood in the Bobolu area, and most of the people used to keep their rice up in the ceiling, and that place used to be full of rice. Then they would bring it down as they taking it off the stall to beat it and stuff like that. So uh, it was just what James making him face like that for. Uh,
Something caught his attention.
oh,
So,
okay, yeah. So yeah. So but it's just sad that we can have all of those things in our country and more. Rice, banana, plantain, cocoa, there's so much more. I was reading an article that uh, countries are now just like not like Ivory Coast has a lot of cocoa that are produced to the world. We can do the same thing. I don't even know what's going on with our country. Where's our we got the brain, I can tell you that for sure. We got a lot of
oh yeah.
intelligent people in the country. It's just a matter of just sitting down and mapping out and being intentional about what we want, and then having a timeline. Maybe like say, okay, this year we're gonna find the area, next year we're gonna, get the seeding, the next and plant, just having a timeline and say, okay, we're gonna be in production 5, 6 years, 3 years from now. So it's gonna be interesting. Good day, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you? I'm okay. How you doing?
Okay, watching your page, the children are laughing at you. They say you're shining these days.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think let me rubbing my hand on your face over there so I can get some of that shiny black.
Don't mind.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, we're here today. We're here for another fascinating show today. We have
You're not asking me about update?
I am. I'm gonna ask you. I don't know if that is seen update you can't give. No. If you're up there, but what I think you want to talk about because you let ask that you see
And that's what you want to do.
that's what you want to talk about, right?
And that's what
Which
you want
one?
to do.
Yeah, Rufa know you. Me and Rufa, we got you study now. We know who you. So okay, provide an update. You want to provide? Tell the update.
Today, Spoon team went out.
I see that it update. You want to go? Talking about it. Let me tell you something. I work with you myself working for Spoon. So you provide your own, I'll provide my own.
Okay. Today, Spoon Network reporters went out. The team headed by Emmanuel Kotu. They started. Let me get the places' names.
Rufus, you know
with Boston. They started with Boston. I want to give real-time update. I don't want to miss any figure. Yeah. Okay.
Thank God he gone. Let him go. Thank God, so they haven't took their phone. The thing about it is, you know, all of us contribute to this beautiful network here, and you know, he's gonna tell us about the polls that I saw. He posted it on Spoon TV, and I'm gonna also thank God you left. You what happened? Your phone got fixed?
Yeah, my phone gone off. I tried to. Anyway, I'll give you an update.
Thank God you ain't got no news. Let's move around. Oh my God. Go ahead. Go ahead, news.
No, I get a technical glitch on my phone.
Okay.
I get technical glitch. I will give that update later.
James, I will text you something you brought a year Rufus. I will text you guys something that, you know, I was thinking about how we have not received a certain kind of post lately. I was wondering why a certain person has not posted lately, but I will tell you guys in the back later. But anyway, you ain't got no news, so I can proceed with my welcoming my audience, because that's the most important thing.
Another news is why ANC claimed to have more members in Liberia. Why since yesterday we're not really seeing a trending post on Facebook about this gathering, the 17th, December 17th.
You read it into Facebook for true, huh?
We're not really seeing that trending post. Yeah, we're going like
maybe you got the friends that I have that are ANC member. Maybe you got that kind of friends. So your own Facebook timeline is different from my timeline. No,
all the ANC people that can count on my timeline.
No, that's true. So my own timeline is trending. I know where on the timeline. So we can't make no
see that trending like Costa supporters will be all over here. GNB supporters will be all on Facebook. You took our money. We're going for this gathering. You took our money, but we just see few people. You know, they are just crying. Yeah, we will go. We will go. We will go. We're not really seeing our zeal like the way Mr. Brown spoke. Is it a technical glitch?
I enjoy that man too, but I don't play his speech about 3 or 4 times. That papi correct. He know how.
Oh, is that correct?
Yeah, that papi correct. I let him do that. I let you. Yeah. That papi was just talking. You were like, you know, bring it on. And I said, yeah. I enjoy it. I don't know. Listen to it. I think I'll listen to it after the show again.
I think he has power even than Kumis. When Kumis speaking, I thought Kumi would try to be, you know, that he would want to get his zeal, but no, Kumis and Boakai. I think Louis Brown is their spokesman.
I know Louis Brown is the spokesman for Mr. Cummins. I don't know about speaking for Buckeye. But I will tell you something. People just, you know, that's his talent. The man, you know, people who are great orators.
Thank you.
He's one of those people, you know, he just speaks, you know. Some people got a gift, like, you know, like Stanton, I know Stanton got a gift of talking as well. Stanton could be like a good pastor, honestly. He'll do very well in church, lecture setting. And there's certain people just don't have it, you know. So yeah. And Louis Brown got it 100%.
Thank you for welcoming me, Dr. Richardson. Thank you. Well, James. Well, Rufus, how you doing, sir? Rufus.
I'm grateful.
Rufus, loyalty goes a long way, my brother. If you're loyal, people know. Trust me. And it pays a lot.
And man, I go back to my post again. Hey, guy.
I just say,
Oh yes, I did see that
I
post.
just
I was
said-
reading to you.
you know,
What
you
do you
don't-
mean by that?
you don't have to say it. People know a true loyal soldier. Trust me. And it's be said, you think that they don't know, they don't observe, but they do know. And trust me, they do know. But we want to say greetings to all. We're gonna have a wonderful program, a good show today. James, why you decided to put your more on ANC people today?
That is job.
I'm afraid of James because I think James is Rufus. I think James is talking to
right?
Kev Hassan. Seriously, I think James is talking to Kev Hassan. I'm
agree.
serious. I don't.
I agree.
And Ansu, seriously, James, I think he and Kev Hassan is something.
Hi, Ansu.
Which
How you
one,
doing?
Jetto? I think James and Kev Hassan have that private conversation all the time. So he come here, he just attack ANC. I'm surprised, James.
No.
From nowhere, you just attack ANC.
Thank God he ain't got no phone. Charge. His phone is not charged.
But
Because
James, I want you to get Mr. Brown press statement. You have that video, please. Something about that press statement that we will be discussing today. And I spoke to some folks in the government. They are saying they dare the CPP to put forth on the 17th. And we'll discuss it also. They say they dare the CPP. And we got also some important information. The people don't get the rest price up again. After they said rest price is okay, it will not pass. What kept? This rest price will not pass $13. You told her you the information minister. Did I get the rest price up?
No, if I go get calling the information,
and it's so bad, It's so bad. We'll be discussing that as well. We'll also be discussing. I want to ask LeBron tonight, where is your president? Anybody know the personal location?
You're coming for like Stanley Clark and be coming from the North Pole, stopping at
So
different.
we're going to be having a wonderful program. Invite your brothers and sisters. You can find us on Spoon, Super, Fabric, on all the social media outlets. We want to say, please be our guest. Lord Mafila Law. I heard that there is a political glitch engulfing ANC rally. Oh my God. I thought this person was an ANC person. That's what she's saying. She heard that there is a political glitch engulfing ANC rally. The rally not even start yet. So,
Was she right? There was a glitch at the sports and youth ministry. You discussed it yesterday. There's some kind of glitch in our ministry. That a glitch of incompetency. That's the glitch.
But that
the right hand can be doing something, the left hand can be doing.
That's what Rich is saying. That's what Rich is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down now. Calm down.
I'm not. You know that
the government say you don't use a place. That force. You're just doing all the things. You're just doing all these things. You're just doing all these things to create a problem. The government say you don't use a place. Yesterday, you were being loyal. But listen, they just want me my potato green. Maybe when I eat it, then I will flip. Oh. Hey, a potato green with fried potato green. But James, you asked a good question. I thought after this speech by Louis Brown, and seriously, Louis Brown spoke like he's a stand-up bearer of ANC. Seriously. Louis Brown spoke like he's ready for battle. I've been serious. I think you guys need to use Louis Brown even more. That's what Richard said.
I agree.
I think Louis Brown will take it to the other guys. Nobody.
Everything you talk.
Nobody. He was very forceful. If Mr. Comey speaking, Mr. Comey can be tapping the table. Louis Brown speaking, he pointed finger. Louis Brown get a man face. That scary look. No, seriously. No. Louis Brown is built.
Where did they come from? They cannot say.
No, hey man. You know, Louis Brown, listen, Rufus, I know we're waiting for the other guys there. Louis Brown is somebody like, you know, when you see coming in the night, you run. Like when we're growing in Nuclear Time, I see Louis Brown coming in the night with a black hole, I'm running. Because you know, Louis Brown know that he's from, I don't want to get myself in trouble. Where the Boyo people from?
Got Boyo people.
Maryland?
You don't even know Boyo, Dr. Richardson.
No, I don't know Boyo.
No, seriously. I got that. I will say this. Facts. Louis Brown got a hammer face. Sedition see Louis Brown is scared. And I think ANC or CPP should unleash Louis Brown.
Agree. I do agree with you.
No, I'm going to get a result of the poll, Clarence. I would do this, but let's talk about Louis Brown. Giplet. Listen, Louis Brown is like when he enter into a confined area or small space, people finding the windows, people trying to check up.
Mm-hmm.
So when Louis Brown took to the podium, he gets CDC running stomach.
Yeah.
Up to today, Soka wasn't stay explaining. I'll tell you what Soka says. Look at my man.
That mean criminal he said yesterday.
No. Up to today, just imagine Louis Brown's second attack. And he'll be on the show tomorrow. I'm trying to find that person that will go toe-to-toe with Louis Brown. Forget Johnson Koji that picking. James find a clip.
Yeah, well.
I mean, you can say Louis Brown a rebel, you can say Louis Brown fought for NPFL, you can say Louis Brown worked for Chastity, you can say whatever it is. But when Louis Brown, listen, Rufus.
I should play it?
Hold on. Rufus, we need to watch wrestling, right?
Yes.
And they need to call a guy Dick the Bulldog. Bravo. You remember? Hey man, Rufus, maybe you're picking, man.
I'll begin.
When we're small.
You're small, but
Mate Ego, all those people there. People know who I'm talking about. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, you finish taking by, you eat, you got to sit there and watch your wrestling. Dusty Roll. Who don't know about Dusty Roll? I think Louis Brown should be that face. Hey, Fopa, Kato, Glenn Jane. Louis Brown spoke. Like Prophet Kiwa said, a post CDC in Jobo. Mate Ego, look at the people there, man. You remember? Man, I'm telling you, watch the wrestling. No Mascara. Dusty Roll. Take the door, Ball Bravo. Those are the names people used to call. When we sit down, $1 million man, not the thing they get this time, they're right, and like Brosco, they're all of them bluffing. No. The Flying Eagle, the men that used to fly from the rope. What man was picking it? Louis Brown looked like a typical wrestler. Eric the Rag. There you go, Doris. Your comments on the wrestling. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hulk
man.
Hogan.
Come on. When Louis Brown appear, you gonna bring picking like Johnson Koji. Johnson Koji can pull forward. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't even articulate.
No, I'm not talking about. I must say I don't articulate well. Ready? I'm not talking about his English. You can do that, Dr. Richardson, because you're a teacher. You know,
Well,
you're a teacher. Like,
I mean,
I don't articulate well myself.
No, that's the
But let's
thing
talk
about
let's
storytelling,
talk-
like knowing how to talk, and you have the gift of doing that. That's
Yeah,
why
but-
you're in business.
No, so,
But
hey,
Kevin
Dr. Richardson,
does
you
not have
want
that gift.
Dr. Richardson, you want massacre the man about lead that one about. Hey, ba. Forget my articulation, ba. Let's talk about Louis Brown. Let's talk about Louis Brown and what Louis Brown brings to the table. And listen, guys, let's have a wonderful show today. You guys know that the people that increase your rest, the rest price is going up. You know that. The president said the rest price would never. We got a video from the port. You remember the one he says scarcity, density, it will go up, The president rapped to the RIA say we got a lot of rest on the market. But when they say the rest prices can go up, what are people $11 million? $11 million. And today, they say rest price going up. Imagine you don't have it, but it just increased the price of rice. Then guess what happened though? Guess what happened? Christmas is around the corner. This government. Where Kev? Kev, I can say my government. Where is he? Oh, somebody says scarcity density. Yeah, we got a video we play.
Yeah, please do.
I hope you get a video, James. Yeah, where you looking at me? James, Barbara said, please unblock her people. I don't know who are people.
Agatha?
As if to say she pinned on the show.
And Yvonne Sisse.
Or black on
Yvonne Sisse and
Agatha. You are leaving her alone. You ever send fasten to the show? For more black your people. You better leave me here. You buying food for Kev Hassan to my place. Then he said black your people.
Hi Barbara, how you doing?
Scarcity, density. The president said the rest go. What man? Jane find a video for let's play. Let's work around people then by that video. That scarcity video. Jane, don't try me to narrow. You trying to be protecting some group here in the play. Don't try me. Oh. You got all that video you play there. Well, that video when the president says scarcity. You know when the rest price increase.
There's somebody send me that video.
Oh, James, you got to James. Don't do this, man.
I get a video where he said rest price will never go up.
No. We want a scarcity video. Anybody out there get a scarcity video? When President Joe asked if you know scarcity, density, and something. We want that video. Because today they end up raising rice price.
You're too bad. You're bad. You come to play the bad video.
Yeah, but in our president, we gotta play everything. That the only man you gotta pay for on, he can't do nothing. Because he has sworn an oath to serve the Liberian people, to take criticism.
So when he doesn't serve us right, we've got a right to criticize, right?
We got to criticize him. We are not cursing him. We never insult the president or anybody on the show.
We just getting feedback.
We just got to criticize him. Well, his followers don't like it. They can come on and criticize us too. That's the way it is. That's why we have a wonderful program. That's why folks love to, love us, because we are fair and balanced. I talk about Mr. Cummings. I talk about Joseph Yema Boaka. I talk about George Manawia. George Manawia, the president, whether you like it or not, we got to talk about him.
And you see, we're so fair that James can come here and tell me about Paul. He got Paul to talk. Look at him, phone got glitch. That's how fair we are. You will know whether
the phone got glitched. That one person you get today will talk about it. The phone got glitched. Who thinks the phone got glitched? I stopped James.
No, James, though.
I stopped James. We gotta want James to bring your early disgrace. We let you come fight, then we hit it. You got only one vote today from Boss Camp. One. Only one person you know in Boss Camp. I get it, poor one. Don't say nothing, but I beg you back. We gotta keep the people, James. Don't say nothing. Barbara Cooper, only one person know you from Boss Camp, or I know you ANC person. That originally is smart, and now you bring it up.
No, I don't. The survey is just a local survey, so.
That local survey now.
Can we generalize that survey? We got a few more months before elections.
Well, the thing is that let me tell you something that Richard said. As far as we know, only one person.
That's true. That's the face value of it is true. But, we just gotta take it as it is.
Hey James, what a clip, James.
Barbara sent it to me. I'll soon put it up.
Barbara sent it to you?
Really?
Oh, but she did on that call,
No, the president said we got rest surplus. And find the one at the airport too, right? And find Mawani when she was at the hearing, the Senate. They said they got rest. How can you say you got rest and rest would never go above 1350? And now you say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 15. $4 you're at it. What are people $11? $11 million. Where is it? When we talking this thing, then you get some. hustle people that want hustle $5, $10, put them on you. When we're talking the thing, you got hustlers out there. What the Liberian people are suffering every day. Kev Hassan said, and we get that clip, if the rest price go up, we should remove him from Spoon Talk. So we'll do a poll whether the people want Kev on Spoon Talk or not. James, you got a woman in your house? We hear a female voice. We hear
See yourself. You really proving something to
James, James, we hear a female voice. Who you got over there? I know your man and your woman watching you, James. Hey, my people, yo. No, seriously, James. We just no, I'm not the owner. Don't James, don't show me video. Don't do that now. That thing was in a video. It was very clear.
Yeah, man.
No. I'm begging you. James, can you Rufus? Rufus, stop laughing, Rufus.
I'm telling you.
I heard a woman's voice. I thought it was Dr. Richardson children.
That's you.
James,
You take it.
James, show it again, James.
Echo.
I think he's showing some for her to come.
Not embarrassing. See chiefs when they work over there. She not even pay attention.
Oh man, James, you don't have to show me computer. I'm begging you. I just say it, man.
Change that to your job.
Man, no, Jay, I beg you. Let's go ahead. You can keep her. You can have her. But my picking, you in different country. Be very careful. Be very careful, my man. I don't know. That guy, no, mistakenly, she said something and you didn't mute yourself. So next time, just, tell us that you're on the show, like the room. Nado, Adio, James going, they say James got woman. Jane, a white girl or a black girl?
It's Teta, baby, please.
Jay, we're not hearing you. Tell
that Minister Mawani, this video I watched.
What do you show?
He scores zero. He scores zero. Admit and move on. He scores zero.
That Minister Mawani video. This.
I love Minister Mawani this, man.
He did not play a card well, but he scores zero. Admit and move on.
James, don't lie. James, don't lie on Mawani this. I beg you, man. Say about. I can hear too well. I hear the Polish guy talking. Then Jim called it quick. You see them? You tell himself quick.
Jeez, they are your boss, man.
James, there you man. Be careful, eh? I swear, Jim got a haircut. Jim look fresh, like fresh buddy. No. I was thinking about this. Listen, I know we're gonna have a one for sure, but folks, bear with us a little bit. I was wondering why James got a nice haircut. He trimmed his hair, he got a nice haircut.
James getting too busy.
Yeah. No, he's not busy. Forget that one.
Are you talking? What a ready for you?
Tarantino, weren't you here when James and the CEO go on me the other time?
Oh, I was not here at you.
Oh, all right, Jim. The crewman say clap and then be so we're moving. Again, anything you do, but the Lord watch between me and you what we asking one for another, yeah? Be very careful, again. That different country in. You see what happened in South Korea, right? The two guys now they will be in jail for 7 years. So be very careful, again. You on a no man land. James. Jay, I will tell your man Titi, I hope she hearing the one.
Woman said no. I already showed it to her. She saw it.
But I thought you dared to go to school, my man. What happened with it? What happened with the other guy? Look at the guy name.
So that's how you.
Rufa, the guy man level. What the guy name? Joe, what the woman name? Your woman in Labrador. Jay, you afraid to call the woman name because the other woman there? We're not hearing you, my man.
Unmute yourself, Papa.
You too bad. I swear to God.
Jay, we're not hearing you, my man. Well, so the one at 11, like, bro, what's her name? The other lady.
Oh Oh God.
Jatu. I remember.
Jatu.
Huh? That we calling it Drew for you said the money Jatu?
Jatu. Yeah, somebody call it name. Jatu. That Jing get one man calling the name. So you left Jatu in Liberia. You on live television. So James, let's end it in today.
You're trying to listen to
What's the
your sister. Liberia on TV.
Don't put me in a situation I can't handle.
Take
You
it.
handle it, James.
You
You
don't
handle
more
it.
anyway, man. You don't more anyway. Let's go ahead. But guys, we're gonna have a wonderful show tonight. You know, we got to talk about the issue in Liberia. Today, we received this letter. We're gonna get back on track. I finished messing with James. We received this letter today. James, what's the letter? You didn't post it?
It's there.
Can you please post it, please? I'm not seeing it. The letter.
Yeah, here's the letter.
It's not on my side though. Oh, what you got there? The Minister of Commerce, Industry, Monrovia, Liberia. Press release, December 2nd, 2022. Today. James, can you put this on our page, on Spoon page, please?
Yeah.
If you have not received it, if you have, please do us a favor. I want you to read this letter. I want you to go visit the Spoon page, hit our like button, and just, follow us. Read this letter. It's very important. The government, through the Minister Mawani Diggs, they are increasing the prices of rice. Okay? They say you used to pay $13. Now they're saying you'll pay $17 or $17.50. That's for 25 kg. 25 kg. They say you will pay.
Then I want them to listen. In economics, we talk about people's needs and wants.
Jane, wait. We get it. But, they are saying that you are going to pay. What you are paying, especially this your Christmas bonus. You know how high it is in the country, people have not gotten paid, right? When we told you guys that something just wasn't right, that this government is clueless, careless, and people say, wow, Stanton, that's strong of a word. But as you can see, though, go on the Spoon page, the Spoon TV page. The government have decided today. James, you can take it down. I don't know why I'm not controlling it from my end. The government have decided today to increase. And we will read this letter to you. James, you can take it down, please. And we will read this letter to you all. You don't even have the $13 to pay. You already done. You do not have no money because the government have not paid you guys yet. When it was $13, you couldn't find rice. And the government, through Samuel 12, Samara Wodokori, Mawani Diggs, they said they spent $11 million to rice importers. 11. Not one, not two, not three, not four. 11. My fellow Liberians, where are we heading? Because of this news, I can announce to you, Kev Hassan say he's taken off today. He said he's very surprised. It took him by surprise because you remember Kev Hassan was on the show and he said this government will not increase the price on rice. So he said, CEO, I need to get some rest because of the news on the letter from the Ministry of Commerce. I am off today. It's the message that our friend, our brother Kev Hassan just sent. We all need to be very careful what we say, how we say it, how we defend our party or our person, because this life is no balance. The government, on a personal way, have shown to the Liberian people once more that a staple fool, they just don't care. $11 million. 11. When we hold Summer 12, show us the document. When we jam Mawani Deeks and say she need to be fired, I didn't say it. The president said it. Anybody that come and say the price of rice should be increased or rice shortage on the market, he will fire that commerce minister. He said it. But today, they are increasing the price of rice by $4. You remember the president said this? James, play the clip.
Then I want you to listen. In economics, we talk about people's needs and wants. When rice is expensive, when you know that you have a shortfall in the budget, then reduce the rice so those who are that not even working but making ends meet can buy. So when the shortfall, we cannot again support scarcity.
That's the correct English, right?
So what needs to be done for all of us, because we have our responsibility as a citizen to suggest to the government to say, look, we got people that go to China that buying goods that come in. The taxes are too high. Mr. Prime Minister, I think if we reduce tax on this this goods, it can help our people. More goods can come in. So it's not to go criticize. So sometimes you see when we're not talking, we work with institutions. I'm the leader of the most potent political party called Democratic Change in this country.
English.
Did you, folks, you understand? I mean, Dr. Richardson, you understood anything?
No, you're gonna have to play it again.
We can play 100 times tonight. I mean, we can play again and again and again. But just imagine, bro.
Then I want you to listen. In economics, we talk about people's needs and wants. When rice is expensive, when you know that you have a shortfall in the budget, then reduce the rice so those who are that not even working but making ends meet can buy. So when the shortfall, we cannot again support scarcity.
That's the correct English, right?
So what needs to be done for?
When it's shortfall, we cannot again support scarcity. Somebody help me now. And somebody said that's the correct English. I don't know who said that. When the shortfall, we cannot again support scarcity. Folks, maybe some of you have $17.50. If we agree it is $17.50, maybe some of you have it. But I know a lot of Liberians, they never had the $13. God in the good heaven, they will have $17.50. How in the good heaven, they will have $17.50. There's no rice. The importers demanded that they should increase the price of rice. Can you just imagine for once? What a joke. Just a few months back, $11 million. Where is it? Where's the $11 million? A few months back. So it's Dr. Richardson, talk to us. There's something just not adding up.
The president lied, the government lied, everybody just told us a big lie. That's the story, you know. They told us there wasn't going to be rice shortage. There was no rice shortage in the country, right? Isn't that what I think James Goody got that clip? And that is not the truth. They told us that they put $11 million in the budget to help stabilize the price, to keep it at a lower price, $13 if I'm not mistaken here. And then today we get another letter that telling us that the price will be $17 or more, you know. And then, you know what was even striking to me in that letter? It said that the rice on the market is dependent on the next vessel of rice that is coming in the country. It's like, so we'll just be depending on whether a vessel come in the country in order for us to know our stockpile in the country. So we'll know our rice, the rice security in the country is dependent on the next vessel that will come to the country. That's the state. That is the state in which our country is right now.
Well, you just need to understand. When people are doing what they call dig hole, cover holes, right? That's what Richard's saying. I don't know whether you follow the Liberian terrain weather. When they are doing the dig hole, cover holes, these things happen. First of all, they say it was 4 million and went to 7, from 7 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's all lies. It's all lies. Man, we got almost, it's going to be 10 months, 11 months to election, almost. When the government promised her people when people were on the street crying, looking for rice, the government said we will get $11 million and give it to the importers, Fuani and all of them. Some of them behind closed door began to complain. They have never received a dime. But the Liberian people should know tonight why the price of rice, why the government decided finally to increase it. For each 50 cents and dollar added, who receiving a kickback? In whose pocket the money going? I mean, this is a broad daylight witchcraft, because you cannot, for any reason, suffer the Liberian people. You cannot. Dr. Richardson, let's play that scarcity video again. We will go ahead and put the letter up, and we'll try our best to read it paragraph by paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Because today, Friday, the others will be joining us shortly. But I would say to you, though, this is beyond the beyond. Because you know who about will suffer? The Man Mary, the Opa, the Old Lady, the Makpana. Those people that are in the interior, in Morovia, they're about to suffer. It's okay the lawmakers can have food. They are storing food in their homes. Ministers and directors.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay they can travel and eat the fat chicken. Because rice price went up, guess what? Cassava price going to go up. The edibles, the potato, everything going to go up. So let's play the scarcity thing again from the Dr. George Manawia.
I think you gotta put that on there.
Then I want them to listen. In economics, we talk about people's needs and wants. When rice is expensive, when you know that you have a shortfall in the budget, then reduce the rice so those who are that not even working but making ends meet can buy it. So when the shortfall, we can now again and support scarcity.
That's the correct English, right?
So what needs to be done?
So that the Richard said, and those that making ends meet can buy it. But right now, no, they cannot. Because the ends meet not even coming in, because government not paying her people.
That's part of story.
The government not paying her people. So even those that making ends meet, not getting that ends meet, and guess what you're doing? You're increasing the prices in rice. James, you laughing, my brother. Talk to us.
We can't hear you, James.
We're not hearing you.
Asking where that other economic theorists came from.
Yeah, where? I'm not an
Anyway,
economist.
anyway, I'm not a student of economics, but the little one I've been learning. I have not heard anybody saying that or whatever. Maybe they haven't. The students will talk about it.
Yeah, maybe Summer Jackson will come and talk about it. But he's from the London School of something. Maybe he'll come and talk about it. And that's the man we run to when we need some clarity. So as a matter of fact, I will call him. He's in South Africa right now. I will call him and we'll ask him. Dr. Richard said, why would this government do this to her people? Why?
Incompetency. Don't care about the people. So two things I've already stated. When you're incompetent, you don't have a plan. You just lie, like you said. You dig hole to call up hole. You don't plan. You don't have deadlines. You don't have connection with people outside of the country to say, okay, this is where we get our rice from. Can we talk to you? Can you just tell us about your next vessel coming to the country? Or those kind of things. You have to have some kind of diplomacy connection out of the country, outside of the country, and we don't have that. And then we don't care. Like you said, the minister, and I don't fault them. When you're a minister, you have accessibility to things. You got money, okay, or you got credit. You can go and ask people, and then you can stockpile. You got access to money where you can put rice for more than 2-3 months in your.
But what are people $11 million, Dr. Richard said? Well, where's the money?
That's a good
Where's that
question.
$11 million? Where is it?
In somebody's pocket. They stole it. I would be upfront with you. Because if the importer didn't get it, where did it go? We have 3 or 4 persons on this show, and we asked them, where did the money go? First, it started off with, or like you said, with a lesser amount. And then eventually, when we checked the budget for that year, they had $11 million in it. And where did the money go? One person said, "Oh, we took the money from the finance ministry and we give it to the commerce ministry." And the commerce people say, "Oh no, we give it to the importers." We cannot even find a correct explanation, okay, an accurate explanation of where the money is. Somebody pocket. Somebody stole the money. That's all I can say.
Wow. Into the Murar Yakula. Welcome to Spoon Talk. How you doing?
Thanks, Tantan. I'm okay.
Murar,
You doing,
do
Dr.
you do you eat rice?
Am I a Liberian?
I don't know. Maybe thank God today your good friend is not on the show. He ran away
Actually,
because
Miss
he ran
Kalamati said
away.
should be on by 4:30. I should send her the link.
Okay, thank you.
I think
The result came out, the letter came out, and your good friend ran
every,
away. He said he can't come on today.
every Liberian, well, most Liberians who born, grew up, raised in Liberia, yeah, it's rice. But I do. Matter
Right.
of fact, it's
I
my
don't know
state.
how much for rice, whether it is true that it would be 17.50. Somebody telling me say a 25 kg is 35, between 35 to $50. I know you're in Liberia, but the government promised they were 100% on the promises made to the Liberian people that rice will not be about a dime. This is Christmas month, Christmas season. They have not paid the people rice price. They are saying we're going to increase it. Mariah, you got to help us with this one. I really don't want to believe it. I think this is a fake letter, but I something about this thing. I'm not seeing. Listen, about $4. But talk to us, Mariah. Talk to us. Let's give you the chance. We're not many. We enjoyed ourselves today.
I mean, I don't even think it's my $4. It's almost $5. It's what it went from
It was 13.50 to
17.50.
17.50.
That's
Okay.
3 years. About $4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm afraid of that laugh. That laugh is not correct.
I mean, it's just disappointing. And not disappointing because I expected much, but disappointing that it couldn't disappoint me.
What? disappointed because they couldn't disappoint you.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a
we
good
all,
one.
You wanted to be shocked, right? You wanted something.
I wanted something. I wanted to be shocked. I mean, I knew from day one this government would have been a flop and we would have been a failure. Like, yeah, y'all could have disappointed us, you know, but it is what it is. Like I said, there's no substitute for knowledge. You know it, you know it. You can work magic. This is a trend consistent with us having people in positions who don't know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, the Liberian people suffers. It's a trickle down effect where there is lack of productivity, where there is, you know, clearly lack of experience, knowledge, expertise in a certain sector. The sector suffers, it crumbles, things fall apart, and the end users, the citizens, are the ones who feel, you know, the brunt. And the saddest part is all of this is now falling apart during Christmas. It's the one time of the year where even that Omahuka, I don't know how many children
No,
to.
so Mara, what are people $11 million there? Where's the money? Where's the people money?
But I'll come to that. You know, it's just
Yeah, man. Come
even
on,
the
this is
poorest,
crazy.
even the poorest of the poor try to at least put a smile on the children's faces during Christmas. If they were eating dry rice the entire year during Christmas, at least they want to eat some kind of soup or chicken or piece of fish with that, like something. And this is when they now have to be struggling to find rice, food for their kids around Christmas. It's sad. It's very sad. And you have people you're paying $45 a month. $45 a month. And rice is $17.50. In fact, that's the official price. The actual price in the store will be more.
Exactly. It's not $17.50.
It's not $17.50 in the store, but you just made it legal, literally. You know, the government increased the price. And hey, look, when it comes to the issue of the subsidy, we all know exactly what happened to that subsidy. It's unaccounted for. The government cannot tell us what importer was giving how much of it.
Exactly. What of Fuani, whatever
And-
brothers, they cannot tell you who they give money to, how much they gave that importers, nothing. It's all
clearly-
within the cycle of cartel. They cannot tell the Liberian people, this is your $11 million. We give it to the Fuani brother. They will be bringing in 10 shipment. They will be bringing in 20 shipment. Rice prices will be $13, or make sure we put this. Today they tell you, said no. We took your $11 million. Guess what? You're going to pay $17.50 for rice. And when
And
you go
by
to
the
the
way, that
store,
was why
it's
the
not
subsidy-
$17.50.
That was why the subsidy was given in the first place, to keep the rice price stable. And so if you got 11 million of Liberian taxpayers' money to give to importers so that they keep the price of rice at $13, what sense does it make? How can you explain why the price now has to increase? Because when you went to the legislature, and I think the legislature should call the Ministry of Commerce and Finance back.
They will. I spoke to one of them. They
The
will.
price had to be increased, because if you made a case to the legislature for $11 million in subsidy so that the price is kept at $13, how in the world are you going to increase the price to $17.50 when you already gotten the 11 million and disbursed it?
But
What
you
did
know,
you give?
let me say this, Mariah. Dr. Richardson, they have no respect for even the lawmakers. They have no respect.
I'm not
But
even
Dr.
sure.
Richardson, they go right in front of them. They negotiate the bag. We will ask for this money because we got to decrease the problem, the burden, the situation in the country. Give it to us. Sir Joseph, on executive, agreed. The rest of those lawmakers, they were so happy to say, yes, let's give them the money. But I double dare you, Sir Joseph will not call for an investigation. He won't. He will not call to say that question. Mawani Diggs, somebody get music playing in the back. That's what you say, is that you? He won't call to say that question, Mawani Diggs. No, he won't. Who's going to take the pin right now? The Liberian people. They're going to be all over like crazy. They are now suffering. They are now, oh my God, that's Richardson. This is not fair. It's not fair at all. On Christmas month, December, when the hustle is supposed to be real hustle, you didn't pay the people the money for almost 3 months. Is this the Liberian Poor Christmas gift? Talk to me, Dr. Richardson, please.
The worst part of it to me is when you tell the Liberian people that I'm here to fight for you, to comfort you. I'm here to make sure that your Christmas will be a joyful when you have something to eat, at least you have food. And then you betrayed your own people. Okay? That's the worst to me. That is so painful. That hurts a lot. And a lot of Liberian people are suffering at this moment because we had this President George Weah and his leadership team came to the people and lied to them. And imagine what $11 million can do for our people. I mean, we talk about a couple of strengthening of schools. Just think, $11 million. Okay? We talk about medication for the hospital. We talk about building bed. I mean, it's disastrous. I can't even, and it hurts. And this is, to me, this is the most painful thing. To have people that come on the street and say, oh, George Weah got the people at heart. He identifies with the people. You identify the people, and then you care what $11 million went. You care if the people got rights to eat this Christmas holiday. You just, things just go in breeze. There's no investigation. I will be calling people so money. You'll come here, you'll tell me what the people money at. $11 million. You can't explain to the people because my name will not be on it. But we don't even hear from him. I don't know which part of the world he is, I was thinking this morning, just as Santa Claus, how Santa Claus, I would stop to the different people's houses when they bring their children gift. That's how he's traveling. We don't know where y'all know where he at. Y'all saw the schedule lately. I stopped looking at the schedule because I can't follow it. The last, since I was lied to, and they told me he was going to be in at a Peace Paris forum, a peace forum in Paris, and I didn't see him there. I saw nothing from there. I just stopped following the schedule. So maybe you guys can keep up the schedule because I don't like to be lied to. I really don't. I don't think Liberian people like to be lied to either. I really don't think they do.
But Stanton, you know what's upsetting in all of this is, for whatever reason this price was increased, whether you say prices increased everywhere because of global trends or Ukraine crisis, or because our neighbors are buying rice from Liberia since it's more expensive in their countries. For whatever reason, you say this price was increased. These reasons existed before you asked for the 11 million in subsidy. So if you knew that because of these reasons you had to increase price, why did you have to ask for 11 million in subsidy? So it's almost as though you know that whatever you do, you will have to increase price. But yet, let's go and get the 11 million and play in it, and then we increase price afterwards. So you've literally double taxed Liberians because we're paying for the 11 million, not free money. We're paying for it because it's money that was taken from education, health, agriculture, roads, electricity, basic needs. That money was taken to give to importers to maintain the price, to keep the price stable so that it doesn't increase. But you knew. So what reason would they give that came up after the subsidy was given? It has to be something dropped from the sky after the subsidy was given that made it impossible to maintain the price at $13. But if you're talking about Ukraine crisis, if you're talking about price increasing, if you're talking about floods in these Asian countries, those rice producing Asian countries, if you're talking about our neighbors buying rice, all of these things still existed before you went to the legislature to ask for 11 million. So why did you go to ask for 11 million in the first place if you knew you would have to increase the price? So you tell 11 million, you can't account for it, then you come out and you increase the price. How does that work? Why are we so wicked to our people? Why are we so wicked to ourselves? Why? And yeah, lawmakers can afford to pay $25 for a bag of rice.
Oh yeah.
Government officials can afford, the ministers then are making the 3,000, the 8,000, and the 6,000, the 7,000. They can afford to pay $35 for a bag of rice. Because if the 25 kg is 17.50, the 50 kg will be more. So just because you can afford to doesn't mean you should increase the price of rice without any consideration for what the poor people, the people who you're paying $45 a month, will not be able to afford it. We have reduced Liberians. I live it, I see it every day, Stanton.
But
we
so
reduced Liberians to beggars in their own country.
Yeah, but Mariah, the president arrived in the country when folks were going crazy, right? At the airport, the president said, well, folks just lying. James, do we have that clip? James, if you can please put the airport clip up. I don't know where you are, or Rufus. We follow the story, right? That Richardson, the president said, well, that's a joke. We have rice on the market. He never went to the Freeport, never. He never opened any warehouse and said, listen, I'm here to check rice in the country. No. Kev Hassan on our show. All opposition want them to just get the rice price up. We get our clip. The government would never carry the rice price up. Let's read this letter, folks. Let's get our folks involved. I don't know where are my producers tonight. James, put the letter back up, please, if you can, if you are hearing me. Let's read this letter again.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, please.
I mean, even if they had discussed carrying the rice price up without getting the subsidy, to say we're not going to pay importers anymore, or we're not going to give the subsidy because we have to carry the rice price up at $3 or $2 or $4, whatever. You can, but how do you do both?
But yes, you asked a good question. You asked a good question. So I will answer you this way because I received a message and somebody just don't want to appear, but they are sending us this message. James, put this down real quick. You know what they said? It was true that the money they allocated the $11 million. They promised those importers will give you the money. They gave some of them some of the money. Now, the only reason for the importers not to talk, they have to go into an agreement, increase the prices because all the money wasn't given. All the money, they didn't give it. Okay, so those importers that now receive the money, they are jammed right now, will not bring rice. And I double dare you go into Christmas, if no rice on the market, it will be your trouble. So guess what happened? Y'all go ahead. We'll take the heat from the Liberian people. But what's the people $11 million? Yo, go ahead. Add the $4 on it. Add the $4 on there and make your money.
Thank you for coming. Happy birthday.
And you know, this is not right.
The money also get to increase the price.
So listen, I will give you $10, Mariah. Can I give you the $10, Mariah? Can you make the $10? Yeah. I
Yeah,
said,
no, but Spencer, what,
Yeah.
what it's like is you and Francine are importers. The legislature gave me as the government, say, 10 million for subsidy to give it to you so you can keep the price. I only gave Francine, say, 5 million. I gave you your own of 5 million. You say, and we're not breaking rice. Then you say, okay, go ahead and increase the price. So Francine also gets to increase the price?
but that's the agreement now.
Mhm.
Should we increase the price? I will increase the price because guess what happened? Now I do not have to depend on the government for that $1 or $2 extra. Now,
Yes.
the negotiation should be increase the price by $2, right? But no, I'm not going to increase the price by $2. You've been owing me.
Ah, so the
You've been
oil.
owing me. You promised me some Charlie Quintal.
They are dead, everything from inside.
So I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's why we keep raising the price.
But I'm telling you this is why coming to me. And you know, they will not come on the show because they're afraid, and I respect them. I respect them. I am not going to do a $1 increase to $14 for what? I'm losing. You promised to pay me. We heard it. We know it. That you guys made $11 million available. Where is the $11 million? Oh, we don't have it. It was just all talk. But you remember when Koga came on the show, and he said, Samora would have called, he said, 7 million, and somebody said, no, you gave up 4. We got that clip. You remember that, too?
Yes, I remember that. That was very, very tricky to me.
He said that, and the argument was, well, how much did you guys receive? And they said, somebody that represented the minister from Commerce Ministry said, no, Chief, I couldn't just say in the meeting, but this is what Commerce Ministry. So this whole thing is not only about Mawani Deeks. It's beyond Mawani Deeks. She have her head tied because she didn't receive the entire $11 million. Don't push it. Fagon say $11 million disappear. Where are you, Fagon? So the question here is,
it went to campaign funds.
Somebody got the people money. And therefore they say, you know what? The best thing we can negotiate with you, Mr. Importer, you know how much you were asking to increase the price, as a matter of fact? They were wanting to go to 20. They were asking to go to 20. That's what they were asking. They said we will increase this thing to $20, Dr. Richard said. And guess what happened? The government negotiated, and they came to $17.50. $2.50 more. And I can tell you this. I can double tell you this. Fagon, the thing is in your WhatsApp, my man. I always send the link to you on your WhatsApp, Fagon. I'm gonna bring in Fagon and Yeke Koruba, and I'm gonna send the link. James, let's send the link to Yeke Koruba as well. This is very, 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 very shameful. Our people, the government has given you. Yeah, Salamatu is running late. Our people have given our people again. Go ahead. But let me end the story because it's very good.
Look at it.
Look at it. I beg you, it's very good for the people to understand. All right, I beg you, Dr. Richardson. The importers were asking to increase this thing to $20. 20. They said we have to do $20. They were mad, so angry. They said, my man, y'all make us lose the election. They said, we're not bringing rice. They asked Mawani Deeks, what's the $11 million? Mawani Deeks told one of them, I didn't receive $11 million. Samuel need to answer. We wish him well, but he need to answer. And guess what happened? They finalized on $17.50. And you get somebody out there making $45.
And somebody out there traveling with $2,000.
You can take your show. Listen, I hope people just understand. This is not about politics. This is not about you being a politician, belong to a political party. This is about Liberia. And again, the government has shown failure in their leadership style. Somebody ate the people $11 million. You remember when we talked about the 25 million mop-up exercise? You remember when we talked about the 16 billion? You remember we talked about all this other money? Samuel Twe, the road fund money, Legis money. Now this one, the rest money, Samuel Twe need to answer for it. Mawani Dix need to answer. The president needs to address this. The lawmakers, I agree, Sajo said that they all need to answer on this. They all need to, because it's a disgrace to our nation. Let me give you guys time, Dr. Richardson, go
No,
into the
I
morality.
just find it I just find it distasteful and a bit humorous that they will start the letter by saying the government of Liberia over the last 5 years has continuously, really? So you have continuously worked on this matter and you didn't come to any resolution but to increase for 5 years. You've been working on this issue of the rice business. And the only resolution that you can come up to is to increase the price of rice for Liberians for 5 years. And for 5 years, were you communicating with the Liberian people to tell them what's going on during the time that you're working so hard and continuously with the importers? And are you trying to tell us that you're blaming the importers now? That it seemed like they're trying to throw the importers under the bus in this letter here. They're saying for 5 years, they were working with the importers to ensure that the price of rice remains affordable for the Liberian people and available on the local market. For 5 years, since they started in the government, they've been working on this issue here. And the only resolution they came out to, that is 750 resolution. Can we believe that?
But right, you're in Liberia. How's the country? How's Liberia right now? Most people never receive this information. Most of them, tomorrow will be, they put this thing on a Friday, Saturday, people doing a hustle Sunday. We have to do this again on Monday. Yes, Monday. Yeah, no, it won't die. No, it won't die. We'll open the phone line. We'll tell the people.
You put it out on Friday. Everybody thought about it. Saturday, Sunday, they put something else. The headlines carry Monday. The Friday news not done.
So how has the country? People, they
when I speak to that, it will seem as though I'm biased, but there's a sense of despair. It's palpable, like you feel it. There are ways you can see if their lives are getting better, if people are doing okay, and there are ways that you can feel it, you can sense it. Stanton, you passing by supermarket, the parking lot's empty. You go to certain restaurants or like hangout spots certain times of the week. Most times people try to go out on the Friday evening and stuff because they've worked all day, they're stressed out. But before you have people go out, some Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever, like there's certain places you go during the week at nights, it's literally empty. Times are hard. Times are harder because the excuse is, times are hard under other governments. Times are harder. Things are more expensive. The cost of living in Liberia is so high. And if you compare that to the income, to what people are making, it's ridiculous. In Liberia, it's almost like everything now is in literally US dollars. People know, unless it's something else, everybody charges US dollars. Liberian dollars, I don't even think 5 Liberian dollars can buy something right now. It's bad. And the worst part is people who used to afford, and these are not even former government workers or officials, just people who, whether running a business, was working with some NGOs, private sector, people who could afford to take care of them and their families. Of course, including other former government workers and stuff, but people outside the government space who had something going for themselves. A lot of people have now become beggars. They have to go to their friends, to offices, to government officials, to politicians, political leaders, political actors. Everybody now is asking for alms to pay the children's school fees, to buy uniform and copybooks, to pay for hospital bills. To, I mean, it's just so much that sometimes you wonder, how did we get to this point? How did we strip Liberians of their dignity? Like I always say, we are proud people. Liberian let away, he made money, he go enjoy it. How did we get to this point where people who could take care of themselves, who if they even had the opportunity to get a job, would never beg someone for $5, now have to take off their ego, put it aside, and go to their friends, their colleagues, their workmates, their political leaders, people in the communities to beg.
Let's bring in the guys. It's just not right. And that's why we have a show every day. Whosoever will join us. Whosoever will can come and join us. Let's welcome the Honorable Yeke Koluba, District Number 10, Musarado County Representative. And let's also welcome Eugene Lami Fagon, former Minister, Deputy Minister of Information. Guys, welcome to the Spoon Talk again. Yeke, you want to go first? Honorable Koluba? Yeah, you want to go first, please? Then we can bring in Fagon.
Go first?
Yes.
Okay, let me say hi to everybody on the show. I think in my mind, the rest price is going to go up 1 or 2 months from now to 25 to 30 US dollars. The money that were allocated for the business people, the people took the money and ate it. Jaha the table the roll for money. Can Joe we are guys Look, state on last week, Thursday, I declared the president wanted. Because to have a president that will leave this country for more than 30 days, more than 15 days, more than 7 days, and the Constitution is very clear. The Constitution says if the president will have to leave this country, it shouldn't be more than 7 days. If he's spending more than 7 days, every expense should be on his own. He says he financed everything when he come back and justify that the trip he went on was in the interest of the country. Then the government can pay him back. But with that happy, the president left from here with $2.5 million. And the money has gone to 3.5 million since he left this country. Since the president left the country, the money has gone to 3.5 million. The Liberian people, we just got the whole our heart. The rest will go to nothing less than $30.
So how so? Why are you saying it's going to increase to $30?
Because straight on. Right now, the business people have refused to reconcile, to agree with the government. Let me be very frank with you. It's like they're making mortgage all of the people. They still got money on the rest. They want their money not on the rest, then they don't want the people to make their profit. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not. They're getting a cut. Mawani getting her cut. The president getting a cut. A lot of people getting caught. So how do the people make their profit? How you think it will happen? The Liberian people will suffer. We got a drum on our back. The people, the president and his code officer beating it. You know, at the end of the day, we will suffer it. You think the rest price will go low? It's going to go high. Watch and see. It will not go. It will not be below $30. It will either be $30 or more than $30. Because the people have refused. You know what they're coming to do now? They have said to the government, until you people can agree that we carry the rest price up to $27, we will stop bringing rest. From my information, and it's reliable.
Thank you. Honorable Fagon, welcome again to the program. My brother, yesterday you said something, and I told James to find that clip for us to play. During your closing, you said something. And you make the comparison of Madam Salif government to this government. and you spoke about this rest increase. So maybe you had something and you decided to keep it to yourself. But here we are. The Ministry of Commerce and the industry decided to say, you know what, on a Friday, the 2nd of December, the red price is going up to $17.50 on paper. Here we are, Fagon. Talk to us.
First of all, thank you and good evening to everyone. You know, this is why it's hurtful when you suffer for something and you just see people acting in such a way and manner that is disturbing and very, very agonizing, I should say. Before I answer your question, let me say this. Who forced these people just before the Christmas to come up with this pronouncement?
Yeah.
Who forced them? Who's working with the president? A bunch of political bonbons sucking from his palm one bucket? Must you are supposed to, Liberia rice business, where they finish dough, they finish turbo. You're supposed to come make a kind of announcement that rice, the $13 you say people should buy rice for. You took the 11 million, you give it to the Lebanese people, the business people. Let me put it that way.
No, you said you gave it to them. Fagon,
Yeah.
let me correct you. You said you gave it to them. Thank you, my
Yes,
brother.
Thank you very much. You allege that you gave them our 11 million because you can know when the budget passed, it becomes a law.
Mhm.
And once the money is appropriated for that purpose, it is utilized for that purpose. And they've already acknowledged that there have been expenditure in that regard. But brother, who forced these people before Christmas and New Year to come make a kind of dumb announcement? You not just say you're reducing the price of rice, you are increasing it. Who fool you? You have already reduced, by way of harmonization, the wages of the people. Now I keep saying to y'all that you reduce the people wages, you increase the budget, and you increase taxes on the people. You want to argue with me? Now, let me ask you this, Stanton. Yeah, all Stanton living in America, but Stanton are Liberian. You said the wholesale price of rice is $17.
Wholesale. Wholesale.
Wholesale. They retail at $17.50.
Yeah, who coming from Grand Chile?
Yeah, I'll buy $17.
Yeah.
To carry to Bokon Chile.
Mm-hmm.
The people who working for me, the transportation and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That job we are, don't make me say something. That job we have salary we getting the money. I should go to Freeport, collect rest from there for 50 cents on a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Pay transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And bring it to rail. What am I making? What am I really making?
Let me say
if the importer brings in the rice and give it to the distributor, the people think we get here. The importer is different from the what? Distributor. The importer brings in the rice and sell it wholesale to the distributor. The distributor in turn sell the rest to the retailer. Between that chain, importer, distributor, retailer, at 50 cents. You know, you can't laugh, man.
Now your government.
Now your government. Now my government. Now you inside, outside. Listen, this is a mockery. And when you see that these people are losing election, people become confused, just like Soga wasting last night. You want to lie, but it can't help. You want to act like you're nice, but in actual fact, you're wicked. You pay the people for 3 months. You dare start giving like brain our component. Then food for them to eat, you increase it. I thought you said you were coming to bring changes. You said Madam Sally was selling the rice for $15. It was unacceptable. You will sell the rice for $13. Today, we're selling the rice for how much? $17.50, which in actual fact, real market value is $20. Rice, anywhere it comes from, will be $20. If you're strong, you pay $19. It will not be $17.50. Nobody forced them to come write this garbage. Now, look at the press release. In the press release, Stanton, just in closing, you come up to explain all kind of yaba. Must you? The yaba you explaining, the government of Liberia yaba announces with effective December 3rd. You want to make it look like tomorrow. Government can work on Saturday before they will know who's selling rice for how much. You jump on, you say, following extensive consultation with all relevant stakeholders, who sat down inside there to tell you that distributor will get in rice for $17.50, and they too will take a injection to people because they're stupid. It is a sad. And when the people say they won't go demonstrate, then Zoga said the gym in the back of the stadium. He said, oh, no bathroom there. Then why you charge for sanitation? I mean, at the end of the day, we are looking at something here. These people are telling us a decision was reached to adjust the price of rice in order to increase the importation. You didn't see that one? Or I'm supposed to tell you. The third paragraph, look at the reason why they reached the decision at the meeting. A decision was reached to adjust the price of rice in order to increase the importation volume. You the craze. Because if that was the reason why you adjusted the price of rice to increase the importation volume, then what were the basis for which you're getting 11 million? And at the only way you can increase the volume of importation, that be English, and that the only way you can bring in more rice into the country by increasing the price, then leave it with Ikasao. Because this is crazy. That's all I can say. This somebody now fooled the people's son again. Let me put it that way. They fooled Jawia. Because
but let
me say this, Mariah. No smart person standing beside the president. Let's assume they reached a decision. And I bet any one of you can differ with me. They come to the president, and I'm standing right there. I'll say that the decision you reached, yeah. No matter what you do, any price of rice going on, yeah. And that went after Christmas for media announcement. You don't make the kind of announcement before Christmas. You don't do that. So, Ejera Zoga came in the stadium to CPP and denying CDC. The commerce minister too now can. She said, let's suffer the Liberian people before Christmas. They will really love you, Mr. President. And he agreed. I respectfully submit. This is complete nonsense. This is politically inexpedient, and this is a motivation to tell anyone that this government is on its way out. I saw it with Doe. I saw it with Tobo. Even Chancellor, when we start getting high, I saw it with him.
Let me say something. Guys, 1 hour, 43 minutes. Is it true? I know we are discussing this rest issue. We'll open the phone line. We'll open the phone line. We promised the folks to also ask them about how much they are making. If they are making $45 and we agree just the wholesale price, and you lay it right, UJ, if you take this in the book on J tomorrow, that rest will be $30 or maybe a little more.
More than that?
Yeah, because you understand that you will pay transportation and whatsoever. So we all just need to figure something out right now. Dr. Richardson, give me your thoughts. We'll do another round on this rice thing, and I know Monday we'll go big on it because I want us to open the phone line And I want us to open the phone line to understand what the people think. Now they're hearing. Now they are hearing this. So you go ahead.
Go back to my original thoughts is incompetency. For 5 years, they put in a letter that they were trying to resolve this problem and they couldn't resolve it. They ended up increasing the price of rice after abusing the Liberian people and after misusing $11 million. So then they say that they got the country at heart. They love the Liberian people. And, you know, this time of the year when people are supposed to be at least spending time with their family, the least they can do is to find food to eat. Then they get this kind of notification. It's sad. It's very sad. It's heartbreaking. But my question is, where's the people $11 million? Because you ain't solved the problem. Y'all say you're going to take the money to solve the problem to bring the rice price down. And as far as we know, the problem is not solved, but $11 million is somewhere in the breeze. So where is it? Why abuse the people like that? Why misuse them? Why take them for granted? Those are the questions that I have.
Mubarak, before we open the phone line, your final thoughts on this. I know we'll discuss it again on Monday.
I mean, I think this is a clear indication that the government has failed the people. And, you know, we as a people have to understand, and I continue to say that you can love someone, but not at your own detriment. You can support someone, but not at your own detriment. Not at the detriment of your children, not at the detriment of yourself, of your future, and that of your children. We forget that rice, well, we haven't forgotten that rice is our staple, but we forget that when rice becomes so expensive that people cannot afford, there's so many other health issues that we start dealing with, like malnutrition in children. We start dealing with all of these different health issues that now will become a burden on our health system that is already weak. It's all a trickle-down effect, and people just look at it from one side. When people can afford to give their children rice, their default is not to go look for plantain or cassava. The children will not eat it. They're not used to it. It's rice that they know. If it's not available, they will barely eat. And you can't say, oh, let's switch to other food types. That's not how people diet work. That's not how people work. Even if it's something that you want to transition the country to eating cassava or plantain or so as the staple, it will take time. It will take years. You're going to get to a point where people cannot afford to feed their children. Why are we doing this to our people? Well, how did we get here? I mean, yeah, Madam Sharif, government wasn't perfect, but for 12 years, we didn't have to deal with this. Every decision you make as a government, understand that it affects the people. It's either for the better or for the worse. Every single decision. And if we continue to treat our people like they don't matter, like their cries don't matter, their frustrations don't matter, the disappointments, I mean, Liberians are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And nobody should tell me about, oh, they will vote the men back. Or you see the people say they will vote the men back and stuff. The silent majority are not even speaking yet. The very people in government will never speak or participate in a poll for fear of losing their jobs, even if they're giving them $45. But when they get to those polls, when they get in a ballot box, they will speak. And they will tell Joshua, thank you and goodbye.
Wow. Oh, the Honorable Yaka Kwaduba.
Stanton, let me say this. We look at the situation and also look at us as lawmakers. We, the lawmakers, have become very disgraceful. We have become an embarrassment, and we have become criminals in the country. Because right now, it's about time the opposition's lawmakers stand together to say this will not work. But can we do it? No, because some of us are regime collaborators. Some of us are regime collaborators. That's why you see some of us don't talk. Our job is not to build road. Our job is to do check and balance. But we're taking money and going to the places building bridges. That's not our job. Our job is the situation now. We were sent in a capital building to talk for our people. You see the embarrassment we have caused? We're there for the 30,000 to come for all to eat it. That's all we're in our capital building for. We have become a disgrace. Oh no, Boffa Chima is the biggest embarrassment like Ambassador we are. He's too disgraceful. They put in the road for money. When I came to talk about it, you saw it. Boffa Chima passed by it. They brought one budget. We don't even know if it will affect. It will make impact. We'll pass it in 30 seconds. What kind of disgrace is this? Then the post say, look, we will vote for them. You're voting for your own death. The lawmakers, the opposition lawmakers, we have become embarrassment to the country. Shame on us. We are disgrace. We are criminals. I got no regret for saying this. But Tuesday, there should be no session until we find out what's going on. Let's know what happened to the money that was allocated for the business people. Let all know what happened to it. Not pass a vote of no confidence in somebody. But can we do it? Do we have the ability to send for the finance minister? Most of our finance minister salary, payroll. Don't waste your time. Now I ask the speaker, I say, Mr. Speaker, what can we do for you to expel me? Tell me, I won't do it. I really want to do something for them to expel me. Because we have become a disgrace. That house has become a disgrace. I don't even know why we call ourselves lawmakers. What we doing for the people? To embarrass the people left? Rest price go up because we agree. We, the lawmakers, agree. Ambassador, we do not have the authority we got. The authority we got, you don't have it. But are we men? We are men wearing dresses. That's what happening to us, Stanton. Sometimes I look at Ambassador, we are saying, Ambassador, we are not really the problem. But you know, Stanton, if I have money, let people pretend that they get money here. I will get Ambassador. We are better Liberia to be very frank with you. But I have to hustle before I put my business concept back on the road. I have to feed my family in Ghana. I have to maintain myself. Like when you get a man, start making fun. Stanton, I can make the country hard for that man. He will run away. He will not come back. But we see money people. They pass around not to bring war. We're not bringing war, but we can make the country hard for them. They have the toll casket in a place. Where they using for the toll casket. They have the black road here for 12 years. I can harass them for 1 year. Stanton, my one can harass those people. But the resources I want, I don't get it yet. Want get it? They may will not say that good. Last time he go in Qatar to go play football, he will never sit down there. Eugene Falcone harass us here 12 years. We can't harass them for 5 years. Who are we? Where's the opposition? All they want to be president. Now all you will do, the people suffering, you can't call your lawmaker. But now, Ambassador Bwaka, so they call all your lawmaker and say, look, we're giving you the authority to do this. They shouldn't work. Anything my opposition leaders say, I bow by it. They say, well, run behind people say I'm ready to run behind them. But are we men? Most of us depending on the government. Most of us getting paid from the government. The house have become a disgrace. The opposition lawmaker, all of us have become a disgrace. All of us have become criminals. And I challenge them today that when we go to session on Tuesday, we'll stand up no session until we find out what happened to the money. But we'll do it. They will call some point getting 5,000. They will call some point getting 10,000. You will see them and start walking away. Then they did get one man. What are you saying? They brought Bobby Timon tell me. He said, we told you all your men ain't going to use training. Yes. He said, use training. It happened every day.
Wait. So they say you can run your mouth, you're on your own.
Yeah. All of them. Bobby Timon said, you see, you're one standing there. Where are you? Almost Stanton, let me tell you something today. The House of Representatives is the Lebronpo problem. If we don't agree, that will not work. The people need to justify to all the 11 million we put in the budget. What did they do with it? I wrote Mr. Speaker, yeah, our own budget. You all stole money from inside, you're all in the hall. They say no. Then who were all in? Are we serious, other people? And sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I get frustrated to see men acting like boys. We go in our house. We will go to a meeting. We agree in Stanton that today this will not pass. In telling you will see you get one talking. People have been compromised. It's embarrassing.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's bring in Honorable Fagon. Dr. Peabody, thank you for joining us. We'll get to you shortly. Let's bring in Honorable Eugene Fagon.
First of all, let me correct Yeke. Because of some of the problem we having. They won't be in politics, but they don't know the difference between a coalition and a political party. The Coalition for Democratic Change was founded in 2017, rather. Let's put it like that. CDC, that 12 years you're talking about the Congress for Democratic Change. Was I remember?
You might be brother now, but you're CDC, so I would be
different from the coalition. And right now, if you want to be fair, you can see that the Congress for Democratic Change is now posing as the coalition, but they are not. Because LPGP waiting for them to come to the table. MPP waiting, they have not signed the paper. Prince Johnson said he waiting. And some of us watching. So it's one of the Congress there right now. Let's first of all see whether the coalition will really come together. Because if the demands of the people are not met, or the other parties, it will be an end game. Let's make progress on the rice. On the situation of this rice, Yeke, you say, why do they call your lawmakers? It's because your first and foremost focus as a representative, that's who you are, of the people, is lawmaking. The second is oversight. Then you have the real one, which is representation. You are not making laws to help the people. When you have made law, the law can affect the people. What is a law? You already know. The budget is a law. You put 11 million inside to pay people to bring rest. Whereas the 11 million in 3 different trenches, you just turning it over. Could have brought the same bag of rice for $8 to the country. You want to say that Allah will post a Joseph paper outside right now from Sri Lanka. $8. The people pay for the rest $8. When they ship it, they pay the shipping people to bring the rice. That's about $9 and change. When it reach our government tax, then that's $10 and change. All the distribution, all I want, are around 12. I had a post say, let's sell around 40 so we can get $2. So why you didn't take our 11 million and bring our own rest? Why you give it to business people? So the first blunder there is the lawmaking. Or if you like, start with appropriations. You appropriated the money, then you pass it into law. You pass it into law and give it to the people. Your second function is to provide oversight. That is, you watching it. You don't watch it, the people now lick the money already. Then we crying as a people to represent us again. You guys are there dancing Tabata. Brother, let's be honest here. It's all of us problem. But can this problem be solved? Easy. You know how many opposition people in the House? You are more than the CDC. You are more than the CDC, and I've challenged you to dispute it. You are more than the CDC. So you're in the CDC. Who corrupt when you're in the majority? Now you're. All the radio stations in the country, how many CDC? How many radio stations CDC get? 0. The same people that get it, they pass it in the net to receive money. The newspaper, the magazine, same OT. Stanton TV, a whole network, all the other network there. How many CDC got? Nothing. So again, what am I trying to say? The suffering of the Liberian people rests on the shoulders of the opposition. They are the actual people suffering the Liberian people. And let me tell you what's going on in the country. When the Americans said Chancellor broke out of jail, Saint Chancellor being in the Hague, why you can break out? But when they said Chancellor broke out of jail in Boston, and King, the Liberian people said, well, oh, you'll come for your man and carry him. The American people said, it's okay, you guys just go ahead. The Liberian people said, he came my mind, he came my power, I will vote for you. When George Weah King, at that time, the people said, Ellie is not doing well. She's popular on the outside, but on the inside, nepotism and her people They're suffering us. Nobody wanted to listen. They call her the Harvard-trained what? Economist. As soon as they brought Joe, we had to say, no, boy, no, boy, we will vote for you. Today, we are watching the opposition. They are the main ones suffering the Liberian people. If they decide today that Joe shouldn't be president, Joe can be president. Their trap is coming from on. If the House of Representatives decide to impeach him, and all opposition vote, Joe we are out. When it goes to the Senate, all opposition vote the same way, Joe we are done. So why you can be shifting blame? This rights issue is unfortunate, but again, I don't know who's advising the president, but this is just one of too many mistakes, Stanton. One of too many mistakes that this government is making. And that's why when your reporters go out, Stanton, and they say if election was held today, that word today, the people see no seriousness from the opposition. So they say we'll vote for Jawia. But for me, I'm giving it 4 to 6 months. And I will tell you who will be the next president of this republic. Thank you.
Thank you, Fargon. Thank you, Dr. Peabody.
Wow. Good evening, everybody. When Mr. Fargon speaks, you know, but let me say this. I'm sitting here wondering and listening to what you guys are saying, and the question that comes to mind, the Liberian people thinking like, you guys, are Liberian people actually feeling the weight of what is going on in the country? I say this because today there was a mini poll in Kakata, other places. Liberians are still saying that today they will vote for President. We have done a lot to the country. We have done this, we have done that. Any change in Liberia for a new leader will come from the Liberian people. Do they really feel what we are saying here? Do they really understand what we are saying? Do they understand about living in a culture where the leaders are not doing the right thing to remove them? Do they understand that? And then I'll put that on the head of the opposition. The opposition have a lot of work to do. We saw a breakdown from the CPP that completely, that force, that wave that brought Senator Dillon and others into that Senate order, that force is no more. We saw how they sat there and argued in court and everything, that the entire spirit, the morale, everything went down. Okay, completely. And to even get it back on track. So the opposition need they have a lot of work to do. But again, because Liberian people need to be educated. They probably don't have, they probably don't understand. Okay? They need to be educated of what to vote for. Policy over interest, over instant gratification, or something they can just grab quick and vote. Because what I saw today honestly made me scared. It really made me scared that we can sit here all day and talk. The Liberian people have made up their mind and know who they want to be the president. It made me very scared today because people were all over George Weah. And maybe why would I even sit on Spoon Talk and even try to say I'm defending this group of people when they cannot see? So the opposition need to really do something to open these folks' eyes, to talk to them one-on-one, because what I saw today really made me scared. To be honest, I was scared. I don't know what our people want. If that's something they just don't understand, or they have made up their mind, you know. But we clearly see what's happening in the country. We clearly see a disconnect here. We clearly see corruption. We clearly see everything going on. But the very people who are facing this problem do not understand or don't even know what they are faced with, which is very, very scary. Very, very scary. Because I was confused when I saw it. Because they complain, you call somebody or somebody will call you who've been through this, who've been through that. But for them to be faced, to not be able to come and say, look, I'm faced with this. This is what we're going through. They can't say it. That is a problem, and I'm afraid, bro. Honestly, the opposition have a lot of work to do. A lot of work.
Thank you very much, Dr. Peabody. Thanks a lot, folks. Here we are discussing the rest issue. If anybody would like to respond to Dr. Peabody, please. Or if
Yeah,
not,
let me say this to Dr. Peabody. I just gave you two scenarios. The first one was with Charles Taylor. The people look at Charles Taylor and say, "But if we don't put him in there, he will go by in the bush. He will suffer again." They made a choice. The people look at all the book people. They look at Ellen. They say, "You know, we'll vote for you," and they took George Weah. What we see now is that people are getting to the point where they believe that Yeke and others are playing games with them. You got 20 people in this house. 15 of them can only sign paper and I will not be there. 5 of them are my supporters. 15 of them are my supporters. They go outside and tell the people they don't like me. They bring a piece of paper to them. They say, "You ain't let it put your sign against him, let him move." And send smart to them, all of them either they sit down. The same with the Senate. These group of people are there. Stanton, let me say this to you. The Liberian people are smart people. But you can't keep saying the opposition when they are not. And that is a fact, my friend. You can't be in the majority. 30,000 can you eat it? Then one man out like he's fighting for the masses. All of the whole group. You can't be for the masses. Then you get 11 million to business people. But you can't ask what happened to it. You can't say you for the masses. And then you get 30 million for the COVID stimulus package. Till now we know no here, no tea. So what you want the Liberian people to do? If you're with the government, then let the people be with the government. If you're against the government for what they do, then prove it. But if you can't prove it, and you want the people to prove it, then the people will prove. So I want to say to Brother Peabody, what you're seeing right now is a vote of, the best way I would put it, of frustration. Because you and I will conclude the Liberian people have not seen the opposition. They saw the opposition in 2019 and 2020. And you saw how they voted. When they broke up and started fighting each other, Liberian people said they're not serious. And up to this point, they're still demonstrating that they're not serious. And so the people are voting out of frustration that, you know what, I will just stay with the devil I know. The angels then can keep flying. And that's it.
But I think, just to add to what you just said, Fagon, that's why it is important to know, and whether President George Manneh Weah, Joseph Boakai, Alexander Cummings, Tewan Gonglo, whoever, comes 2023, Fagon, like 20 and myself, we were having a serious conversation today. Liberians want to know the VP, that person that will be standing by those political leaders. And to say the truth, people say the person on the top, they will go for the person on the top. But I will also say, when everybody have gotten their VP, the running mate, I do believe it will make a difference. I don't know your thoughts on this one, but I do believe President George Manneh Weah, he's stuck with Joe Howard Taylor. We know Joe Howard Taylor. We have seen the work of this government. I spoke to someone today. They visited me and they came to my office. Then I said to them, we were talking politics, Fagon. But I call you, you didn't pick up, and I want to see you were very busy. You sent me the text and said, I'm busy. Because I needed you on that conversation. And the person said, the only thing that can beat George Manawia 2023 is Barker Cummings. And they said, well, you know, CEO, I said, what happened? They said, my man, we are not seeing it happening. So I said, how so? And they laughed and said, we're not telling you our secret, you take it to CDC or sedition. So I said, yeah, I heard that before. And CDC said, I'm opposition. But let's just take that line. If that's the only ticket that can beat President Weah, where are the others in the room? If they are saying what others are saying, the only ticket, where are the others in the room, Fagon? And Peabody is right. My guys, they are going all over doing the 30, 40 people survey, and that is powerful, Dr. Peabody. What you saw yesterday and today, it is powerful. You say we have sleepers, we have people on the fence, we got silent voters. No. Those guys are about to go in all 15 counties and ask the same question. And it's not changing. So on the other side, if they are saying only Barker and Cummings can take George Weah off them, where are the others in the room? I rest my case, you guys can discuss it, and we will open the phone line though to hear from the people on the rest issue.
I had a question in terms of what Fagon said. I think we need to be very clear and intentional and very specific when we say that the opposition is responsible for, is partially responsible for the race issue because they didn't challenge the government.
But can they answer my question first, then you come with your question, Dr.
Well,
but since we're still on the topic that I still haven't responded to.
What you guys said?
I said we're still discussing the issue of the opposition that I don't think we've gotten everybody's thoughts on.
Oh, that's what that's okay. So yeah. Then I brought in the next issue. So
go ahead, just say that the opposition is in majority in the legislature. I think we need to be specific. Call out. I have a graph in front of me that says Unity Party has 25 members, and it could be old graph. And in the House of Representatives, they have 25 members. CDC have 10 members. In the Senate, Unity Party have 10. CDC have 3. NPPP has 6 members. And we could go down the line of who owns the legislature. So let's be specific and say these people in the majority, they are the ones who bear this responsibility of not providing oversight.
But according to your own thing you read just now, who's in the majority in both houses?
I'm telling you, Unity Party.
But Unity Party is what?
Well, no, I said be specific about the opposition. That was what I said. Be clear.
Opposition means opposition, man. Oh, you're opposing CDC.
Well,
ANCO, UPO, Liberty Party, Yombly, Liberty Party, Belete, and Amata.
But there's a reason why I think this being specific is important. Okay, because the part of the opposition bloc wants to return, which is the Unity Party wants to return.
Wants to return to what?
Wants to return to power. We have to support who is running as Unity Party.
Go that route, Paul say when I talk because you got no fish in our legislature.
Well, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, what I know. Okay.
Well, what I think, Dr. Richard said, I think that's the problem. I think we will cherry pick and say, well, we have only 2 members in the opposition as lawmakers, but Unity Party have 50, for example. It doesn't matter though. Your 2 members took the 30,000. There 50 members. Oh, let me finish. I beg you, man. There 50 members took the 30,000. It doesn't matter the size. This is not one size fit all. So what Fagon was saying, I do believe, it's like both oppositions, when you say the ability, the UP, the ANC, some of them
They
not
are
all of them.
opposition.
They are all opposition that walk in the same walk,
Put them under
and
one
they are not
umbrella.
coming together when it comes to the lawmakers. But
Thank
I will
you.
give this to some of the opposition lawmakers that are standing up and saying no. Except when somebody shows something, I would give it to some of them. Like you got at least four of them in the Senate right now that will put the foot down and say, you know what? We'll question the president stay out of the country. Let's call on action to X, Y, and Z. Look at Yeke Koluba. Say anything you want to say about him. He may not present it the way you want him to present it, but you want to hold the government responsible. And he does that every day. So it's not about the size and the amount of folks we have on both sides.
I disagree.
I don't think that's what matters. Your own lawmakers, they took 30,000. So what's the difference?
But let me put
no. Actually, I was speaking, Mr. Fagon. Let me just tell you what I.
Let me just tell you something about me that's not true.
No. Let me
what
just.
I was saying is that the opposition bloc in both houses.
The opposition bloc, okay.
Yeah, they form the majority, and if they decide today that they don't want President Weah, that's it.
Yes,
that's my point.
But in this argument, as you guys have always said, numbers matter. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who has the largest numbers in the legislature is the Unity Party. So they can take the lead on some of these things. If we want to be fair here,
it doesn't work like that, too.
Specific.
Okay? It doesn't work like that.
Well, you guys have always said numbers matter. Okay. If we have
in the legislature, there is something we say, and Yakula, you can correct me. Tell her. The minority will have their say.
And the majority have their will.
The majority will have their way.
And who is the majority that I just talked about here in terms of numbers?
ANC, UP, LP, LRN, LEC, Water and Sewer, they are there. They are the majority.
So that we see where the problem lies. Because the factor is, you got the opposition who are even functioning like the ruling party. You know, they are more.
You guys are just being the opposition party,
and they are representing the people. So how can the people even cry when the people who should be there, they are in the majority, with the exception of Yeke, cannot represent their people. You know, but all they do is sit in the back, the president trial, the president doing it. But y'all have the power to put a lot of things, to block a lot of things over there. Y'all play low. Because when I'm out trap, everybody go in the corner. And that's how they're going to end up. If they don't work hard, they're going to end up.
I stand by what I said. The person who's in the majority will take the lead and take the person in minority to change decisions. I stand by.
But you see, Yeke was an ANC member, and he was standing in the house, challenging. He was put out several times. He took the lead. The ANC man, Yeke Koluba, took the lead several times. You dispute that?
But what happened? How did he influence decision? They took him out, right?
But who took him out? Who in the majority?
But some of the opposition
party is in the majority. Unity Party is in the majority, Fagon.
That's what Rich is saying. If you're opposition, you're opposition. It's not about that's what Rich is saying. Calm down.
Let's agree to disagree. Stanton,
that's what Rich is saying. I don't want you to agree. I don't want you to agree with me. I just don't want you to just say I agree, Stanton. No. But we're having a conversation. Mariah?
Can I speak now?
Mariah, speak.
So I think it's a very, very dangerous narrative to blame the opposition for where this country is. Very dangerous.
Okay.
What this is saying is we're either intentionally ignoring how our society is structured, especially our governance system, which is in two folds. The legislature, the executive, and the judiciary are supposed to be separate but equal bodies.
Mm-hmm.
All branches, supposed to be. Are they?
Yes, they are by law.
By law, by practice, are they? We cannot sit on this show and ignore how we run our governments that has made the legislature today to be at the detriment of the executive. You cannot sit on the show and
No,
say,
Mariah.
no. Let me finish. I was quiet because I
Yes,
want
you were.
everybody
So
to express themselves.
finish.
This is no, unless you have not lived in Liberia, have not worked in government, have not understood how the lawmakers are controlled by the executive. First things first, our very people have abdicated the duties of the executive and transferred it to the legislature and the lawmakers. When they don't have roads in their communities, when they don't have water, when they don't have current, LEC, when they don't have hospitals, when they don't have schools, they go to the lawmakers. When in fact, those are the duties of the executive. It is now on the lawmakers. And you know what that does? It puts the lawmakers in a position to submit to the executive so that they can be able to get these projects done in their communities for re-election. Because when they don't do it, the same people will not vote for them. This is a vicious cycle that we must break before we start to expect independence or perceived independence from the lawmakers or the legislature. It is not an excuse. These are facts. Do you know why Yeka today has to claim that he is not part of any political party, but he's supporting the opposition in general? Because he's going for re-election and does not want to have multiple people against him. Do you know why other lawmakers, who even the Unity Party may have had 25 lawmakers, or how many? Do you know how many they've lost to CDC? Because CDC is the sitting government. And when my girls sit down and decide where they're building road, in which district or which country, the lawmaker in that district or that country has something to lose or gain. How are these lawmakers supposed to put roads in their communities as demanded by the people, or build a hospital in a community or school in a community?
But Mariah, you are saying the same thing. But I think you're going in circles here, Mariah.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let me learn. When they don't work with the executive in such a way that the executive demands what they want out of the lawmakers, it's tit for tat. Is it right? No. But we shouldn't sit down and absolve the executive of these things. Because at the end of the day, if you as a lawmaker want to get re-elected and you want a school built in your district, there too, you either take it out of your pocket, or you want a government school renovated in your district, you got to go to the Ministry of Education. You got to go back to the executive. If the executive tells you, I'm putting a bill in there that I want you to pass to support that bill, then we'll see if we renovate that school in your district. As the legislature, your hands seems to be tied until we can allow independence of our legislature. We can sit and say, why the legislature not holding the executive accountable? Because we as a people have given the legislature the duties of the executive. So it's tied their hands in more ways than one. We can't ignore that. Do they have their issues? Yes, they do. And but we cannot speak of this without context.
Yeah, but Mariah, but this, so let's give you lay a lot of stuff. Let's give the other people a chance to come in. Okay. And I believe that you and Dr. Richardson missing the point.
No, we're not. So, and me and Dr. Richardson got different points. We got separate points.
Yeah, but you're missing that. There are different points. You still missed the point, Mariah. I will give my own view on this. Then we'll go back to the guys. We are not cherry picking lawmakers. We are not saying it's Yeke Koluba or DeLong or Akaris Gray. If you are an opposition, you are an opposition. The opposition bloc, there are how many? If I go ask the question, don't you think they have voice stronger enough than the executive? If the executive bring the proposal, they say, no, we will not. Is that what you are saying? There's a reason why they are taking the 30,000. There's a reason why they are kissing those people. You know why? Just because They want hospitals, schools, and clinic built in the district or in the counties. They got the power. They should say no. If it is not right, they should say no. We are not saying the executive, you cannot blame them. You cannot put this on the executive, but we have already done that.
We can eat our cake and have it, Stanton.
Well, hold on, Mariah.
We can.
Sometimes
we can, as the people, expect
Mariah, hold on now. Sometimes when we blame it, sometimes
they do the job of the legislature. It ties the hand.
Mariah Kula, sometimes when you blame the executive, also you should blame the lawmakers, and that's what Fagon was saying. But let's bring in Fagon. Let's bring in Fagon.
And my only point was, the Unity Party has the majority in both houses. They can take the lead.
Fagon, you go ahead.
I'm not speaking more to who has majority. I'm speaking more to how.
Yeah, Mariah, I was saying.
Yeah, I just want to to clarify the difference in our positions. We're not absolving the lawmakers of responsibility. I'm also saying we can't have this conversation without context. We cannot expect the lawmakers to carry out the duties of the executive and still fully 100% carry out the duties of the lawmakers. We can't because they're not tied.
But first of all,
go ahead, Fagon. We're going to make Yeka Koluba last because he's a lawmaker.
Of political science, I will not sit there and allow my sister Yakula to school our children wrongfully. There is a reason why we refer to the lawmakers as the first branch of government. Yes, they are co-equal, but they operate in coordination for the betterment of the state. Now, you are saying that the legislature is having to carry out the function of the executives. And that somehow, if they don't do that, there is some serious hula baloo for that. You even mentioned, Maggie will say the road, no. Matthias' sister. If that is the blame game that the ANC wants to play, then you tell us. It means you're sending ignorant people to the legislature. Whether you got 2 or 3 there, they are ignorant. I don't think they are ignorant to the law and their functions. No. They go there. Who makes the appropriations? The legislature. Finance minister said, 20 million for roads. Yeah, they're saying that when it comes to Yekede, they will decide according to our law, right here, Article 34. They decide whether they will get a 30 million, the 20 million for roads, chair road alone, or they will cut it and give only 15 million. You try to school us to believe that this lawmaker got to take back to the executive to carry road to his area or school to his area.
Dala?
Yes, it is a lie.
Yeah, is it a lie?
It is.
We have a lawmaker here.
Wait now, let me finish. And that's why I'm saying, if that's what ANC want to do to shift blame, then that's it. Then you're shifting blame.
It's not shifting blame.
But wait now.
It's giving the people all aspects of this issue.
Guys, let Fagon finish. Mariah, let Fagon finish. Let him finish.
The job of the lawmaker is to make those appropriations that word. You know it better than me.
Do the people know that?
Fagon, Mariah, can you please give him a chance?
But we're having a conversation. It's not about that.
Yeah, but let you learn.
The people know that. Why do they go to the lawmakers for current? Why do they go to them to build market?
Do they do that?
Why do they go to them for schools?
It doesn't matter what you are.
It does matter because if they don't do it, then they don't get re-elected.
But listen, you are saying you're supposed to go here every Sunday and put 25 in there. You didn't go there and put 25 in there because people told you not to do it. Whose fault is it?
Who said somebody told somebody not to?
But you gave you an example. You gave you an example.
I know that. I'm asking where's the analogy coming from?
The lawmakers are supposed to make appropriations. True or false? True. When you, the lawmaker, make the appropriation and you make a blanket, you are supposed to say 20 billion for road. Yeke District 10 should have a road. You have made an appropriation for Yeke.
How is Yeke District 10 going to get the road?
That's why you make
explain. So how do you? First of all, the budget comes from the
Mariah,
executive.
but Mariah, let you finish. I want to bring Yeke in. Just
Well,
hold your
but
question
Senator,
small.
we have a
hold
good
your.
conversation though.
But Mariah, no, but it will not be
Mariah.
between your two now.
Okay.
The other people want to
Why
speak.
not?
Let Fagon finish. Hold
But
on 1 minute,
Fagon,
Mariah.
when the budget comes from the
Mariah
executive,
Kula,
to the
Mariah
It does
Kula.
not come. It is
Fagon, hold on 1
proposal.
minute. Fagon, hold on 1 minute. Fagon,
It is
hold
a
on, please.
proposal. It is not a budget.
it's a proposed
Fagon,
budget.
Fagon,
Upon it
Fagon,
emanates from the
Fagon.
executive.
Fagon, hold on 1 minute, Fagon. Let me mute everybody. I beg you guys, please.
Senator,
Mariah, I beg you, let him finish up. We'll give you time to ask your question. Yeke have not spoken. Dr. Richardson still have a comment to make, and Peabody want to speak. Hold on to your question. We will come to you, please. Fagon, I want you to finish up, please.
A lawyer then. You are a lawyer, a very good lawyer. I must give that to you. But you're not a politician and a student of political science and government.
Now
The
you
way
say
it works,
Go ahead.
the way it works is that finance minister can say 20 billion for road. That's why Nyombli Koho was fighting that they needed an itemized budget. That is, don't say 20 billion for road. Say 20 billion for road. 1 billion go to Yeke. 2 million go. So that's what you were fighting for. Don't be shaking your head. I'm telling you how it works.
Oh, but I agree with you now. I said agree
Then,
because we're getting to the point.
the same lawmakers are the ones who make the appropriation.
Agreed.
Now, they will say, you say you want 20, we can get you 20, we can only get you 10. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
See you. This 10 should be for roads. Now,
Specific roads.
Must you stay? Must you answer?
Yeah, I'm following it. I want us to get to where we're going.
So the same
So
lawmakers.
it's 200 million for road, for specific road. One road in Yeke district. How that road going in Yeke district?
Wait a minute now. That's
When
what I'm
Yeke
coming
is opposition to this government, he's playing the role as a lawmaker.
Let me just
But
finish.
Yeke people
Let me finish.
want
I
him
beg you.
to pave the road.
Let me finish. Because
Okay,
say you
finish.
won't pretend not to know, I will give a different example.
Oh,
11
no, don't
million
use
was
the example. Let's
appropriated in the
continue.
budget for rice.
No. Let's continue on our no. Let's continue on our example. Let's stick with the road or the school or the hospital.
Okay.
Let's continue.
20 million for roads. Do you know how appropriations are made in the legislature? You can have to sit down. Yeah, the constitution.
Say
They
they
got to sit down and
agree.
say, Mr. Finance Minister, you say you want 20 billion for roads. What roads are you building? Can't you can be a spirit doing all your hand like that. When you finish and know where your 20 million going, if you decide to get somewhere to 20 million, blanketed without knowing, it is your fault. Because the law say you should target and make appropriation. They do make the appropriations. Okay? Now, if you make appropriation for the road from Kakata or from Agbanga to Lofa, you make
Let's
appropriation
make
for that
it
road.
Yeke district. Say VP road.
Okay.
VP
let's
road
say-
in paved.
True, Bob, because the
Yeke
VIP
people come to him say we want the road to be paved.
Yes,
How Yeke
listen.
supposed to get a road in the
And
in
that's
the
why
budget
Yeke
with
started his
Sambaswe?
statement here by telling you it's not my responsibility to pay road.
Does the people know that?
Whose
That's the
responsibility,
point
like
I'm
people
asking in the
said, to
beginning.
educate the people?
But Eugene, we're saying the same thing now.
No, we're not
And
saying
that
the
is my
same thing.
point.
What
Our
you are
people do
saying
not know
is
whether
that
Yeke are responsible for road or for hospital or
Cynthia,
for
you gave
school.
my time, yeah?
When they want hospital, they go to Yeke.
You were
How
giving my
Yeke
time.
supposed to get the government to put that hospital in the budget? That's my point. And that's all I've been
Your
saying from
point
the
is
beginning.
invalid
How is it invalid?
because when the budget comes to the legislature,
How the people supposed to know Nana Yeke responsibility
Yes,
to do
sister.
hospital?
Let it man make
asking
it
the
plain
question,
now.
you get to ask, I get to answer. Which one you want to
Okay, so I'm asking now.
do? Okay, when you were waiting
Yeke
for your
not
answer.
play a role.
No,
He not
when you were waiting
approve
for your answer,
budget.
because you can't be asking
But how
questions.
can the people expect Yeke to build road or to build hospital or school in his district when Yeke, you said Nana Yeke responsibility, but how Yeke constituents supposed to know Nana his responsibility to build hospital when they still coming to Yeke every morning to say we need clinic here behind the Oro?
You finish
Okay.
asking the question?
So hold on, Fagon, hold on. So Mariah, you feeling that, right? Okay, Mariah finished. Fagon, you answer, then we got to move on to the others.
All right. The reason why Yeke is a representative and not a bag boy is because the people decided every one of the people in Yeke district cannot be in the legislature. That's why they chose him to go there and represent them. So when he goes there to represent them, he goes there to fight for them, to make laws for them, provide oversight, and to represent them. When he gets there, appropriations are being made.
Somebody.
When appropriations are being made, Yeke is there as their representative. When the budget comes there and they do the appropriation and everything, Yeke is supposed to get back to his people and say, and I remember Yeke making noise for it. The Invisible Park, they put it in Yeke district and they wanted to alert that we are money. Yeke blew alarm. The Chuba Road, they wanted to act like the president was being nice. Yeke blew alarm. What I am saying to you, your question is, how are people supposed to know? When you go represent people, it's your duty to come back to your constituents and tell them what you're doing in that house. Whether they gave you something or they didn't give you something. Whether you got clinic or you ain't got clinic. Whether they got money for your district or you got money for your district, it is your duty. If that does not happen, Mariah, you cannot sit here and say, because it didn't happen the way the law requires.
You're talking theory. That Yeke talk practice.
Now you
Yeke
move the goalpost again.
You're
And
talking
you say you
theory,
didn't answer your question.
In the beginning, we say how it's supposed to be. I discuss how it is.
I'm not
You still
saying
talking about
what
how
it's
the
supposed
law
to be.
supposed to be.
I'm
And what
going
the
to
law
come to you
says.
to tell you.
I
in
know what the
practical
law
what it
says.
is. You're not
I
giving
know
me
what
chance.
the law says.
You won't
What
be
is
asking
it?
plenty question. The answer
Okay.
here to your question now is
I'll
this.
not ask the question. Yeah, let's move on.
The 30,000, each one of the people talk in the legislature. We're talking practicality. Now, who put it there for them to take it? Now, Jawia put it there, Stanton?
They
Was
put it
it
there.
Jawia that put the 30,000 there for them to take
The
it?
lawmakers put it there.
The 11 million they gave for the rest. Now, who gave it at Jawia?
The lawmakers approve it.
The 30 million.
Now who asked for it? Not Joey asked for it. Now the executive asked for the 11
You
million.
saw a letter where you were asking for 11 million for rest?
But the commerce minister was at the legislature when she said they requested the subsidy from the legislature. So the former minister and the commerce minister from the executive, Jim for honor
That's
that
the reason why they call the legislature the first branch of government. They can
yeah,
define
well,
the decision.
let's get back to the conversation. Yeah, can come in.
Dr. Fagon.
You're talking theory.
Fagon. So let's understand something. Yeke, please help us. But before you come in, Yeke, let me go to Dr. Richardson. Let's just understand something. Requests were made by executive. Lawmaker must approve it, or else it will not pass. Is that right? Let's just go. Let's be very simple.
Of course.
Exactly. So who for it is if the lawmaker says, I don't like it, but I will approve it?
What?
Yeah, who fault it is if the lawmaker say, I really don't like the government asking for $11 million for rice subsidies. I know the situation in the country. I know that you guys should increase this budget or you guys should do X, Y, and Z. But the government, the executive asking for this 11 mil, Dr. Richardson, and they went ahead and said, okay, we'll give you guys 11 mil. And
So
they
if
gave
the
the 11.
legislature person
Hold on,
gave the
Mariah.
Stanton. If the
Mariah,
legislature
can I
is not
finish with my
giving it,
question?
then the executive tell the people that your lawmaker they ain't get the money that will rest and they go up.
Then so be it. The
Can I finish my question? So Dr. Richardson, you see what my question going, right? So they agree with the executive though. They gave the 11 million. Guess what happened? The executive now chopped the 11 million and said we'll increase the rice price. Are you going to only blame the executive or the people should be blaming the lawmakers? That's why you do widespread and women. Thank you. You blame both. I rest my case. Go ahead if you have a question or statement for Honorable.
You know, I was going to say that, you know, I do agree with Fagon in terms of the opposition bloc. Okay, you did say opposition bloc, which will include all of the people who are opposing CDC, all of the parties that are opposing CDC. But I ask you to be specific in terms of who owns the majority. And I feel like the majority members of a particular party, such as the Unity Party, can at least influence and lead the rest of the other minority parties to make decisions objecting the government. That's how I think it should work. I think it will work best. It will work best if they all hold together and oppose CDC.
But you know why they didn't work together?
Wait now, I'm not finished yet. It will work best. It will work best if the party that holds the majority there in the opposition bloc, such as the Unity Party, I told you they have 25 members, and I believe 10 members in a combination of 30 members. If they could serve in a leadership position, I mean combination of both houses, that's what I meant. If they could serve in a leadership position and lead the minority, I think we'll come to some resolution in terms of.
Oh, so that now you want them to lead, but when they want to lead the ticket, then you tell them no.
I'm gonna move for you, but I'm gonna move for
you just actually that's a distraction. You're trying to bring
No, that won't bad. Don't do that.
They want Unity Party to take the lead because they got 25 people. They got the, but then when the Unity Party say we got 500,000 voters. So you can't second to all. They say no.
Yeah. Wait. I think you're taking the conversation to a different avenue. But it is also there's some indications to me.
That Woolley Avenue.
There's some indications to me when we also have Unity Party as an opposition, a leading opposition that is not speaking. It tells me something as well. So that's my point I wanted to make. I know you want to be distractive. You want to go to another era, but you're not taking me there.
But you said the person take the lead. Then the person will go in the election. I mean, Peabody.
Yeah, it makes sense. We're going to the election, won't take the lead. They said no.
No, because they have not led before. If they had led where we are right now, maybe we're going to have some opposition to CDC.
Peabody.
But they have the majority
We are about to open the phone line, guys. Peabody, you started this whole thing. You came with Dave Frank conversation.
So why you keep skipping Yeke?
Well, let me.
I'll bring Yeke in. I'm not skipping Yeke.
Let me say this. Yeah,
Yeke over money. So
I'll ask you a question. I could ask you a question. In the Senate, who's in the majority?
The opposition bloc.
So how do we have a president pro tem?
Because again, watch this. You have to go and vote equals amongst equals. Now, if you look at the ruling party, the person already the ruling party. So, yeah.
So, look, I don't care how we spin the conversation. The opposition have not.
The opposition.
They have not played the role.
We beat on the government, but the opposition should take some whipping because they are not together.
They have not played the role.
We are not saying that.
If you say that, I agree with you.
I beat on the government, but equally so. And Deloitte and myself spoke on this the other day.
The opposition are
they don't say Stanton. They don't say Stanton. It was because of the opposition I become senator, right? He said it. He acknowledged it. Because of the opposition, we have other folks now sitting as senators and representatives. 2020, December 8th. Where is that opposition today?
You said it. Opposition was running, and then won the win.
And that opposition is not there. So let's bring in Yeke Koluba. If the opposition say no together, guess what? You will not have that president, that pro tem. He will be out of there if the opposition come together. But again, the swagwe will fly and they will forget the position. Most recently, those opposition, the swagwe. The opposition, I said they were opposition, they cross party line. They say, you know what, forget this. I'm going to join CDC. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. Yeke Koluba, representative, talk to us.
And more to come. A lot of people will join before campaign time. I've been saying this. If you follow my recording on Spoon, I always say the opposition will join the ruling party. Look, like what Mariah said is true. the people do not understand our function. Because
Mariah was praying for you to come in. Maybe she not text you.
Yeah, I'm coming, Stanton. I'm coming. Because what the people understand here is that lawmaker, because that is what we tell the people we want power. We want power because I wanted to be represented. I took Powerball water to Peace Island. That cost me almost $12,000 because I wanted to be, and that's my job. Because I wanted to be represented, I went to Peace Island, the concrete table you see there in the market. I put the concrete table there. Because I wanted to be represented, I built a market in Peace Island. Because I wanted to be represented, I built Palawa Hall in Peace Island, put SACOM and television there for them. So that's what we taught the people. And that's what the people know. So if we don't do it, the people say, oh, my man, this is what you taught us. This is what you told us you are going to do. But that our job? No, it's not our job. You understand? I listened very well when Falcon said that when the budget reached there, we decide what go in the budget. We have to conclude it, when the budget comes, a draft budget. We will have to decide when the draft budget comes. When we see 4 schools there, we'll say, look, we'll give you 2, and they 2 giving you where you put in it. You have to put 1 in district number 10. You have to put 1 in district 15. We need to decide where it go. But can we do that? No, we can't do it because.
Why?
Let's take, for example, when God in the House knew it. You think Bobo Chuma could have been speaker while President Weah is president? But they started calling some of our colleagues, our opposition people, and most of us left from behind Hans Bashu. I did put watch for Hans Bashu. We saw Snow there at the time, acting the children in the house, going to go vote and exposing a vote. When you check the tape, I was on tape and told Snow, I said, acting like a late child. Why you be voting? They say, go vote. He said, you see, I'm voting for Bobo Chima because something had changed something at the time. People were promised committee. That house is very terrible. When you're not in that house, when you're not there, you don't know what's going on.
So are you saying that Snow voted for Bobo Chima because he received something?
No, what I'm saying, people were promised committee. You want to be on committee? You know I need to be on committee?
Ways and means and finance.
It got a lot of things attached to it. So people want to be on committee. You saw my Papa Gueblo. I think Gueblo was a Unity Party. But Gueblo now he joined CDC, the main son, a big name CDC. Everybody want to be re-elected. And our job is to say, look, they budget here. They 15 row. We can't give you the 15 row. If you don't agree, the budget will not pass. But Stanton, my first budget year, when I saw the budget pass, I said, people are not serious people. I know what I come and do to people. That's why I decided to be very radical. Not to listen to anybody to be radical. Because the budget will come by the time the finance committee bring out budget. By the time I get to all, they say, we'll pass it. And majority will take the day. Minority president will be fair. But can we take the day? At the end of the day, when the budget pass, they say the House pass the budget. We all pass it because the House pass it. We are there. That's our job, to be building roads. But Stanton, we can still make a comeback. Let me tell you how we can make a comeback. Not agree, ANC got 2 lawmakers. Not agree, ALP got 1 lawmaker. But can Billionaire UAT and lawmakers say, look, this thing here, when you go to session today, you have to collaborate with your colleagues. So they think cannot go. Can Cummins tell the ANC people say, look, they think you got to work together. They think when I pass. Can Unity Party or Baga tell people, Clarence Massacre and other people say, let him when I pass? No, when we are taking that house, we say no. That house, there will be no law and order in that house. They will have to succumb to us. I'm talking about 20. And we can pass the 20. But can we pass the 20 when we want to be on committee? We want to go for Clarence Massacre. How many people voted for Clarence Massacre? I voted for the opposition and posted my vote in the chat room.
Yeah.
Primo said, Yeke have posted a vote in the chat room. You post your own. You know what my colleague said? Everybody cannot be like Yeke. That house is a dangerous place. We have become embarrassment to the Librepo. We can still make a comeback. That restaurant can go up. When we stay as an opposition, and Mr. Kume put a foot down, but then now you put a foot down with 2 or 3 lawmakers, or Mr. Kume put a foot down with 10 lawmakers, Joseph Baka put a foot down with 15 lawmakers and 20 lawmakers and say, look, we want this to be held. Then I will join them. I will be the mean man on the phone and tell you next day will not work. Senator, I challenge you. Let your recorder be there. You will see my one causing the noise. At the end of the day, people will be gone.
Just the Henrys to all of that right here. Just to say right here, that can make all of them go against the law, make the political leaders.
So our job is not to build road, but we need to build it to be
real. Made them go against the political leader. They want
to take that in the fair grain tonight. Anthony Yakula, let go.
This is
can we see it good?
Yeah, at 1 million.
No, but tell you right, upside down.
For me.
So
I mean, you start sharing the fake money now on the show, man.
The issue of the political parties, telling the lawmakers what to do. And again, I'm going to take a whole different approach to this. What incentives do the lawmakers have to listen to the political parties when they've already gotten elected for 6 or 9 years?
So can I answer that question? Can I help to answer that question?
No, it's rhetorical. The only thing the political parties can do is to suspend or expel them from the parties. We do not have proportional representation government where the political parties are the ones sending lawmakers to the legislature. The lawmakers are elected by the people. In fact, that's the excuse they even give the political parties. My constituencies say I'm accountable to my constituency.
But you got elected on the party ticket, though.
Yeah, but Eugene, if the party suspend a lawmaker, they still remain lawmaker.
You were elected on the party ticket. You should follow
you were elected on the party ticket, but if you have 9 years, you don't need a party to the next 9 years.
And then Mariah, can I come in?
Yeah, just 1 second, Yeke. You don't need a party to the next 9 years.
You need the party.
How? Because here's the thing, Fagon. The duties of the lawmakers are not, you see, unlike 97, where they have proportional representation, where the party can remove you at any time from the legislature and replace you with another partisan, the parties cannot do that with the current lawmakers.
No, but the party can institute a referendum to remove you.
Institute a referendum to remove you from the legislature when you're elected by the people.
No lawmaker will set a precedent. No lawmaker will set a precedent.
Exactly. Where?
No lawmaker will set a precedent.
No lawmaker now will accept the referendum to remove.
Can it be done?
It can be done, but no lawmaker want to set a precedent.
You're talking theory. We're talking practical here.
Yeah, but you know what?
You were in Liberia here. You know exactly what the issues are. The parties do not have any control over the lawmakers, period.
I'm not saying the party does because the party wouldn't.
Exactly.
But if the party wants to,
and then Mariah.
Go ahead,
ANC ticket, ANC can lobby and go in the community and gather 10,000 votes from the people and go there to remove Yaga.
And take it to the legislature. Let's see lawmakers, what they're supposed to do with it. They're the ones supposed to pass on it. It's not automatic.
It will not work.
No.
It's not automatic.
But guys, we gotta open the phone line. Today is Friday. We gotta.
1 minute, please. I beg you. Just 1 minute. Honorable Falcon and then Mariah, let me tell you how it can work. Right now, all of us want to run on party ticket, right?
Now.
Fine. So now you can hold us now. You can hold us now. If you go against the party and say, look, that man is not part of our party no more. We're not carrying him on the ticket. You can hold us now. It is a time for you to hold us, to use us too.
But
you can use us now.
You get elected 2023. Then the next 5 years, the same thing happens.
No, I talk about that 1 year we got. The rest of you can hold us
the problem. So somebody got 9 years, the party can do nothing to them. Then election year is going on. Exactly.
That's true. So say we got 1 year and want to run on party ticket. Can the party hold us now? No, the opposition can tell me, say, look, Honorable Kumes can come tell me, say, look, this is the decision from the opposition. If you can't stand by it, our people will not support you, we will not do this. Honorable Baga can also come in and say, look, you part of the opposition. This is the decision of the unity party. If you can't stand by it, we will tell our people not to support you. I will have to stand by it. So let's take the challenge now. Let's try it.
Well, that goes to the leaders. Honorable comments. Honorable
let's try it.
That goes to them because actually you're quite correct. If they can do it now, it will save the day. But I guarantee
it will
you,
save the day.
there's a reason why you still got what's the man name? Chairman Nathan, you still got other folks.
At the end of the day,
And
the legislature will
because
protect
actually the leaders should be
the high
very
allowances,
strong,
the
and the party should be stronger than that of the lawmakers. But guys, let's open the phone line. We are talking about the rest issue. We are talking about the rest issue.
That
Let me
rest is
say
going to
this.
tell it out. Forget about that red business.
Let me say
That rest
this
is going
real
to tell it
quick.
out. Don't waste your time.
There's some information circulating online concerning Eugene Lin Nangbe. I think it's a false information that he went roaming in London and he was robbed. His driver took 25,000 from him. That was a false information. The commissioner for maritime just denied it. He said it's BS. He's okay. He attended a meeting in London. There's no way he was robbed by any driver, and no way he was traveling with 25,000. So let me just say this, and thank God we reached out to him, and he denied it. He said that was a lie, and that was BS. So he's not even giving those kind of report any credence. Just for the record,
we thank God it's not true. But if
Yeah,
it was true, we say it was true.
he said it's not true. He attended a meeting in London. He wasn't
For
traveling
me, I
with
would be concerned.
25,000.
Is it possible? Yes. How much is 25,000?
Exactly.
25,000 is too going to attend with 5. I mean, I don't see
so-
the CEO with 25,000 before.
No, don't do that. No.
But on a very serious note, is it possible? Yes. It's
Yeah, but I asked,
25,000. How much is that?
UJ, and that's why I reached out to him. I asked
Yeah.
him, and he said that's so a
But
big lie.
even if
And,
it was true, would they say it was true? Then they have to explain why.
No,
So-
but I think if it were true, he said, I mean, those that reported this story should come up with their facts.
their
He said
facts,
that's a he said that's
With
a
their
lie
evidence.
because he attended a meeting and now he say he listen, he sent me a long story, but I do believe I understand Commissioner Nambe. If this is true, he was going to say it. And the word I use, I don't want to use it because we are on a family program.
You PRO now for Commissioner Nangwe.
You know, it would be better that CEO, people are saying their own story, but let's move on. Let's open the phone line, Rufus Divine Cannon. Let's ask the folks. Now, rest is 1750. What's going on?
People still
No.
buying rep for $25.
But that's the
Hey,
wholesale
who the president
price.
called
That's
him?
why Eugene Fagon said. That's the wholesale. That to get it all of the port. Now, when you get all of the port, the testing you're going to put it in, you will pay. From that spot to Douala Market again, you will pay. To put it on your bed, you will pay.
But they
When
left
it's our
somebody out of
Christmas
the
Day,
consumer chain stand on. They left somebody out. You said the importers, according to your letter, they wholesale, okay? Wholesale is $17. The importer selling the rest to the wholesaler. I buy wholesale. How much you think I will sell it to the distributor?
Mhm.
And how much the distributor will sell it to the retailer? It's
Lamina
called a
supposed to make
consumer
profit.
chain. It's called a consumer chain.
Well,
And
now
you
you
say,
saw
oh,
very profit.
yeah.
So how much would the 50 kg be, Murai? How much would the 50 kg?
It's not stated in
Because
the
25
circular.
is 25 will be that $20 after everything. Then
25 now
50
is about $25.
yeah, then 50 will be what?
Probably
50
double.
bucks.
50.
If
Wow.
25, I guess simple is A equals B, or that's it. If 25
But the
kg
point is,
25.
the point is that before this 1750 came out today, people were already buying rest for $25. So if now they
Somebody
retailers,
said rest is $30 in the community.
okay. So
Yeah.
people already buying it for
Yeah.
25.30. So now the government has said they've increased it to 17.30. Is it going to further increase?
Yeah. Let's
Because-
just get to Rufus. I think we got our phone system working now. Thank God. Can you open the phone line? Call the numbers, please. Guys, want to say thank you for joining us on Fabric TV, Super TV, Fabric FM 101.1, Super FM 95.5, Spoon FM 107.5, Spoon TV on Facebook, on our YouTube as well. Spoon Talk live on YouTube. We want to say, please share the program. We want you to join us, follow us. We got a lot of information on Spoon. If for any reason you are not hearing us, wherever you are in Liberia, it will get better. Gradually, we are working on our system because of the likeness strike. We were able to change all of our equipment, and you will be hearing us shortly. We are pleased and we are blessed to have you. Thanks for always and all the time you join us. To Yekef Hassan, Burai Yakula, Dr. Francine Chinaway, Peabody, Ben Savitz, and Tumolin George, the Honorable Eugene Fagon, Honorable Yeket Kolubai, Dr. Peabody, and myself were all the producers. That's a wonderful program. Please never get tired. We're doing our best to give you the news. Thank you. The question is, rice price is now $17.50 wholesale. Please, you got only 30 seconds to talk to us. Your take. Rufus?
077771075 055101075 are the numbers to call. Hello?
Hello?
Your name?
I'm Charles Deloy, and I call you from Beansville, and let me say good evening to the panel.
30 seconds. Quickly.
Most top stocking,
Quickly to the point, my brother. All those things are not necessary.
The rest is $17 for today. I bought one bag of rice, $20 in my ear.
Okay.
So I don't know why.
What area?
Which area? Where?
From the old road.
Oh, old road. $20. So Fagon, they added $2.50, Fagon. From the Freeport there at $2.50. You're muted.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Your name and you join us from where? What is your name? Okay, he's off. Let's go back to this line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's your name?
I'm David Neeland, calling for Robert Fee Hardway.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm very happy and thank you to Spoon Talk. And I love the analysis from Moriah. I don't know, doctor, she's a counselor, I don't know what, but I love her analysis.
So what's the point? The rice price. Let's go to the issue.
Yeah.
Okay, make it 1 minute. Let us send the greetings. I beg you. Give them 1 minute there.
But the issue surrounding the rice price going up exactly what Moriah was discussing. So we the farmers as well, let me just give the information to Spoon Talk, please. And we the farmers trying to lobby to come up and go against the house. So I need even yet call my number. I can get it, but one day on this Spoon Talk, we want to use in that world. We want to go against certain lawmakers if they want to speak. It's a movement that will spark up by the 29th of December. So I need Moriah and Yeket to be part of us. So I need Yeket number.
This caller. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Williams Justice, and I join you from Caldwell.
Let's hear you.
Moriah is saying that the people don't know the forces of the Lord because how it is that Hajjafata God elected 3 times in the district, and if you go in that district, team paid school, team paid nothing, and the people got over there 3 times in 18 years. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yep. What's your name?
I thought what to this, but I think people have to tell the 2 females that take time with a gentleman in the month. The other issue of the right, it is good that the right will be to $17.50 offer that we will get it rather than saying that the price will remain at $13.50 and we cannot get it. So I think I agree with the approach. Let it be so for $17.50 in as much we can on the market. Thank you.
How much you buying it for now?
Good evening. My name is Abel Johnson, and I joined myself from Painesville, Senegal to be precise. I have a question for Sister Mariah Yakula. Since in fact the rice price has escalated every day, it's escalating every day. I mean, we have a company, not company, but a party in Liberia is so rich at the ANC. What are they doing? Are they illegal like bring people from poverty to hunger by the way? Some of our president cannot afford food. Or there is not million poverty everywhere. We are for example ANC. What are they doing for us? Thank you very much for the platform.
Hello? What's your name?
My name is Robert. We're calling from our village.
Let's hear you.
I'm so disappointed tonight to hear about the rest part because it's not easy. For many of us, like now, we learn trade, we got other discipline, and we're doing nothing, and rest part going on like this. It's highly disappointing. I want to talk something very fast to my brother. I just want to talk about ANC. You know that ANC has no power to do anything in the country as far as opposition. For they just want to use SPD, they're stopping them. What you expect the ANC to do? It shouldn't be any opposition if it's from the CDC. Then go ahead and fight the rest before they get money to power. Thank you.
077771075 055101075. Hello.
Hello.
Yep. Name and join us from
My
what?
name is Joseph Funa, calling from the Oro.
Let's hear you.
Yes, they were crossing with soon labor again because I get a bleed rest already finished from that free pool, and somebody told me one of my uncle there working there said no rest free pool. So I made rest and they claim me high again.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, what?
Sir, what's your name?
Yeah, this is what
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I continue to cover it. But who telling the ANC that they are responsible to provide rest? The poor who gave 11 million to the 11 million was given to them to sustain that rest. They ate the money, then from there they increase the price up. Why is he not talking about it? Thank you for time.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's your name?
My name is James Ladlaway, and I phone in from the most disadvantaged district in Maserati County, District 4.
Let's hear you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate the veteran political science and governance students in Eugene Fagon. And let me allude to some of his statements. You see, there are two functions of the House of Representatives. One is to provide law. Two is to scrutinize the workings of government. Now, the experience
You know, you get 1 minute.
country regarding to the rest issue, we can leverage all the CEO and lawmaker. They are not doing due diligence to us, like Honorable Yeke Pulma said. So, CEO, the only thing that can help us in this country now, as Liberian, is to transition to what we call trusteeship.
Okay, thank you.
About the presidency. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and you join us somewhere.
Yeah, I'm William Tamasuba from the community.
Let's hear you.
Yes, you know, like the honorable, you know, the problem is law because they are started in the same way because the way the executive function. And again, people blaming the political party of not receiving their lawmaker. If you can said with me when it comes to the impeachment of the former associate Justice Janet, Cabinet Janet, from those lawmakers who come from the other political party were even suspended to the party to talk to the person with it not be involved. But yes, they talk when I illegal impeachment is here. So those people they are voted on the party ticket, but who they are thinking. In fact, they don't even listen to the even constituent that vote for them when they get power. All they do after they spend their entire time, the last time that they will come to the party and the constituent to just for them to be re-elected.
Thank you.
So that's it.
Hello.
Hello.
The volume of your radio, please. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Tato S. Nyanye calling from Peace Island from what time?
Let's hear you. Let's hear you. Dantas. Let's go to the other line. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mubo.
What's your name?
Good evening to students. My name is Mohammed M. Kanajina. I speak to the assistant director of Indwara.
Let's hear you.
Well, I think, let me say to the CEO, this West business is getting very, very serious in this country, to be very honest. Okay? If I listen to people Kev Hassan in Wisconsin defend on the government side, now, CEO, send your reporter at the office, okay? Can you imagine that office is under the leadership of Vice President of the Republic of People? Can you imagine? Since May, the group of Sonation office and not been able to be full to the disabled community there. Can you imagine? Since the month of May, this is May.
Thank you.
They kept always come out to the government when the Vice President office cannot be able to even to be full. One to send someone now to the disabled community on more besides under the leadership of the group of Sonation.
Okay, bro.
Coming to defend the community. It's very much powerful for you.
Thank you. Hello.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, let's stick to the rice issue.
Yeah, this is the voice of Prince Kolaken. Better say, I like to be referred to as Mora Yakula Peking. The issue pertaining to rights, some of us have said it. If you look at this government, I see no reason we continue to even talk beyond this government, because the government have told us time immemorial from their action. They have proven to Liberians and beyond all reasonable doubt that they are not in our interest. When the rest visit happened here, when we tried to flag the issue, it was the same government when the president told us that there is enough rest at the port. So, and even K. Hassan Institute, he told us that rest press will never claim us in their regime. Today, surprisingly, we are hearing that rest now is being sold for $17+ like United States dollars. So where are we going?
Thank you.
The only thing we have to do is to only put our feet to the ground and then give this government and marching other countries.
Thank you.
That's it, Rufus. That's it, Rufus.
Let's go to the last. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. This is Lawrence Moses.
Lawrence, you've been the last caller. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me first of all say Mariah on the show. Then the liberation tonight is it told me that she understands the basic news of our country. So coming to the red issue, the red issue is so we ordinary people, because not everybody is fully even working. They are living at rest $17 or $20. And currently as we speak, we have rest with $30. And the government is in a statement, is so frustrating. And one we can say is that it is the opposition means to stand up to fight for the interests of the people. Whenever you have an executive that is very corrupt, the legislature and that of the judiciary branch will be corrupt. So this is the problem that we have an executive branch of government that really stand for their people, because they control the finances.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Want to say thanks to everyone. Thank you very much, Rufus. We appreciate the calls tonight. So now our phone is working. The system back on. We'll be taking your calls as always on every program to have a wonderful show. Again, we want to say please join us tomorrow. We'll be having Louis Brown as our guest tomorrow. On Sunday, we'll have Darius DeLong one-on-one with the CEO. That will be a very, very interesting 2 days for the Spoon Talk. We'll be discussing with Louis Brown the planned rally that is scheduled for December 17th, the front part of the SKD and other national issues. DeLong will be discussing everything plus more on Sunday. We want to say thanks for all the calls. Thanks for joining us. Let's wrap this thing up. We'll start with our brother, and then we'll work our way up to our sisters. Let's go to the Honorable Yakat Kaluba. Do your closing, sir.
Thank you, Stanton. Let me challenge our political leaders again. Let them call on us at least one time in the history of the country to stand up to the executive. And I think our opposition leaders can do that because we want their support to be re-elected. So let them ask us for our support. Let them ask us for our support to stand up to the executive one time in the history of this country. So we can allow the rest press to they just try to actualize it because the rest press have been more than the rest press is more than that. But they want to put something on record to say this is the rest press. Instead, I want to ask you the question. During the accident of the finance minister, was he flew from the accident scene to the airport, or they drove him from the accident scene to the airport?
Okay, I will answer you when I'm closing. But that's a good question.
No, the reason why I'm asking this, if you can give me the response, then I want to say something.
I really don't know.
Okay, because I remember from my information, the MAG go private, the small plane, the one that pick him up from the accident scene and took him to the airport. If that is true, then when I come on the show next time, please do that investigation. If that is true, when I come on the show next time, I will tell you what was given to him and what he asked for before leaving the country.
Thank you very much, Honorable Yakin. Yeah. We appreciate it. Honorable Fagon?
Well, first of all, I know for a fact, 100% fact, that Samuel Twelve was driven from the accident scene to the Phoebe Hospital for first medical attention. And that's because whether it's a Cessna or whatever, cannot land in the middle of the bush there where the accident took place. There's no landing strip. And but I got two issues to address here. One is the group of 77 not getting any ration. Stanton, I would like for your investigative crew to please look into that. These are our disabled brother, and I'm sure you and I grew up knowing the group of 77 there on Lynn Street. This is not the first time that group has been abused by the office of the vice president.
Lynn Street or Nipple Street?
Yeah, Nipple Street. It happened during the Boakai administration, and now there's this allegation during the VP Joel Howard Taylor. I appeal to your network to look into it seriously because it is very serious to me. These are people, if you go, Yeka knows what I'm talking about. You see them sitting all around. And the reason why I'm saying so is because they are included again in the national budget. So if they are included and there's appropriations made for them since May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months, I hope it is not true. I would like for your crew to look into it. It is an appeal that I'm making to the network. And I'd like for them to be honest, to take their crew there and interview the people. These are our disadvantaged brothers. You always have disadvantaged people. So there's no reason why you can't go there to find out what we put in the budget for them has been given to them. And now the other one is, like I said, I don't know who advised these people to come up with this release. This release, I am warning now, so people can say, I didn't tell you. I love Yakula to death. We got on the same page on this rice issue. This release will now lead to something called panic buying. Imagine right now, nobody can tell me they are paying less than $2.8 for a bag of rice. A bag of rice, many people, the seditious, they want, we're paying $2.8. If you pay $2.8 for a bag of rice, divided by 150, which is the rate, it's $18.66. Who will do $18.66? Take that thing from my face. I threw that paper away a long time. Everybody have settled on 2008. Divide 2008 by 150. So even more than the 1750, which is 1866. What's your problem? You want raw propaganda? You don't know how to run propaganda? A bag of rice is now $20. The idea here for you to come up with such a release that effective tomorrow, if the rice was supposed to be sold for $16. And now we find it at 18. Then you say you put 150 on top of it. And I mean, it's sold for 20. And now you are supposed to sell this rice to the people for $14. That's the announcement. Look at the last thing. You were supposed to sell the rice to them for 14. I'm talking about audio, I'm talking about video, and I'm talking about press release. Instead of 14, the people have been paying 18. Now you can make an announcement that the rice will be $17.50. Stanton, you think you can lie when you say the rice will be 30? This Christmas will not be a happy Christmas due to the foolishness of a handful of people not thinking. There is no way in the world, few weeks before Christmas, you increase the price of rice. You should have let the market flow throughout the holiday. Because you know everybody will buy rice and y'all want it $2. What kind of wickedness is this? What would have happened to the government if they had waited for December to pass? What would have happened, Stanton? Nothing. Now, guess what? You read the release, right? And when you close it, maybe you will comment on it. What did they say? They wanted to make sure that this increase is due to what? They want to make sure there's availability of the rice. They want to make sure that people are able to. You just created unnecessary panic. So people say, and y'all see it? They said tomorrow rice will be $17.50. The typical Liberian Stanton will say, effective tomorrow, rice going up. So what will happen, Stanton? Panic buying. Everybody going to get 2 or 3 bags of rice. Even right now, the people can see it. That's why the rice price up. People are going to panic now to buy the rice for January, which is the hard one, because they feel rice will go up. Then no rice will be on the market.
Fagon, you close here. I know we got to go, but you asked a good question. Were they forced to put out this press release?
No, they wanted $2 on top of the rice. Somebody got to eat it. And they know people got to eat rice for Christmas. I'm sorry, but somebody got to eat it. That's the only reason I can figure out.
It's $4. It's not $2. It's $4.
But they told the people to sell it at 14. You and myself sitting out there, they put sell it 20. Then you can tell the people to sell it for $17.50. So they put now will carry it to 30. The high looking. And because of the reason you gave in your press release, again, I'm calling your attention to it. The reason they gave in the press release, read the 3rd paragraph. A decision was reached to adjust the price of rice in order to increase the importation volume. That is to bring rice in. To increase availability, to make sure rice around. Okay? And what? To eliminate unauthorized price hack. You just hack the price. And deter the black market sales. You just create a black market sale. Because the
everything is in the opposite lane. Everything is opposite to that letter.
They're driving on the opposite lane.
Woo.
And as far as I'm concerned, in my closing, and I will say this, and I'm challenging the CDC government to a debate, me be a sedition. I will say this: stubborn mess with rice. That was the end of his political sojourn. Doki, all the hula baloo when rice went to 25, that was the end of his political sojourn. Everybody that ever messed with rice, I'm talking about not theft or a coup. I'm talking about the people that Brempo saying, you know what? Bye, see you. That the last play you carry your team. And I'm saying it now. The reasons they gave will now lead to panic buying. And panic buying will lead to scarcity. And where there is scarcity, there is demand. And where there is demand, there is increase in price. CDC government, why you're letting political vom continue to suck power from the tree that you people did not tap? I respectfully submit. It's unfortunate.
The only way Eugene Fagon times. Mariah?
Stanton, December 17, 2022, the people of Liberia, the people of Montserrat, who are tired suffering, will stand up, will stand out, and will speak up. Nobody, no citizen deserves this. It's wicked, it's insensitive, it makes no sense that you will be harmonizing salaries, you'll be cutting people wages, and you'll be increasing prices of goods and services and cost of living. How do you expect Liberians to survive? They can't even do small business to make profit. Nobody buying. Like the other girl said in the video, there are more sellers than buyers. People go all day to sell, and they can barely sell the market. The private sector is non-existent. We failed to invest in the private sector. And for crying out loud, as Mr. Cummings continues to say, the private sector is the only sector that can absorb Liberians and pay them living wages. The government cannot be the biggest employer. It just doesn't work. You have to create the avenue for people to be able to make businesses that can grow, expand, they can employ more people, Liberian businesses to be able to expand. We have to develop our private sector. Look, I told someone the other day, private sector can easily pay you $5,000, $6,000 a month. While government, you got to be minister or deputy. Until we can grow our private sector, we will not be able to grow our middle class. We will not be able to develop our middle class for Liberians to be able to afford a decent life. The bare minimum. We should be able to afford to pay our children's school fees without begging for it. To find food for our family. These are basic things. Before we even get to Liberians being able to take vacations, we don't even think about those things. Because what time you think about buying food before you think about saving money to care for vacation? It's not even in most people's vocabulary. What kind of life is this? And even if things were bad in the last 12 years, it is expected to get better, not to get worse. By all indicators, this country is going backwards. We're retrogressing. This is not fair. If you're unable to do a piece of job, be able to say, I can't do this job. The presidency is big for President Weah. He is unable to carry out the duties of the presidency. It is clear as day and night. This has become like an abusive relationship. The president is gone for 48 days. Today is day 31. 48 days a father leaves his home and his children. And now they can't even find money to buy rice. The price of rice has increased. Where is he? What does he have to say to his people? To the citizens who voted for him, who gave him their trust and confidence? Where is George Weah? Where is the president? How can we live in a country that is on autopilot and plunge it down in the sea to crash? What did Liberians do to George Weah to deserve this treatment? They've done nothing but show him love. They've done nothing but honor him and respect him and promote him and praise him. And this is their thank you. This is how you treat a people who've stood by you, who've given you the highest office in the land. This is not fair. No Liberian deserves to go to bed hungry. No Liberians deserve to be a prisoner at JFK because they cannot afford to pay hospital bill. No Liberian deserves to die on bad roads. We don't deserve this. Liberians deserve better. We are good people. We are hardworking people. We are resilient people. And we deserve leaders who will work hard to ensure that our lives get better. And George Weah has proven that he's not that leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Murar. Dr. Francine, you are muted.
I was going to say, I really don't have much to say tonight. I think we can close.
Thank you very much, Dr. Francine. Let me say it again. I want to say thanks to Dr. Peabody, Eugene Fagon, Honorable Yeka Cordova, Dr. Richardson, Anthony Yakula, all the guys that were off today, Kev Hassan, Tumanin George, Ben Sanvi. Again, I want to say we'll also be joined having a serious conversation while Brother Isaac, though, will probably be joining us sometime next week. I want to say to everyone, this is the Spoon Talk. Everyone welcome to join. We'll respect your views, nothing personal, because we are all fighting for Liberia. What has happened in the country today, indeed, it will be $20, $25, $30 for the 25 kg bag of rice. We are getting there. Christmas, no pay, not even the $45 you promised us, not even the $50 you promised to give us, and now you want to charge us $20, $25 for the bag of rice. I don't know. It hurt, seriously. It's more than frustrating, my friend. Somebody somewhere right now going to bed hungry. Somebody somewhere right now, the children that will have food to eat. You know, Mariah said this, but I received information last week on this thing. They have turned the patients into personal because they cannot afford the medical bills. We need to speak on it likewise. Family members are crying. And when I said the last time that when the hospital in Liberia, those hospitals are good, no government official should take special flight to leave the country. They should ask them to go to those hospitals. 14 Military, Redemption Hospital, JFK. They should ask them. They should go to those hospitals. It is frustrating. It is just wickedness in high places. That we all every day we will come and say, you know what? Spoon will be in bombing today. They will be doing the survey. Who will you vote for? You'll go there and call our name. But to tell you the truth, Liberians are listening. The people of Liberia know exactly what they want. Like Dr. Peabody said, the people of Liberia will decide. This thing will come to an end. It will ban us 2023, October 10th. On a Tuesday, people will go and vote. Whatever the case may be, Liberia will live for the next 6 years to make another decision. Today is Friday. 1 week from today will be International Corruption Day. 1 week. We should be next week, Friday, the 9th of December. You know, last year, December 9, 2021, is when they brought the sanction on Prince Johnson and Van Sherman on the International Corruption Day. We don't know what the Americans want to do next week.
The president is invited to come to the Africa Summit somewhere between the 13th through the 15th or 16th. Whether he will go back to Liberia, whether he will take a check, or whether he's on his way to Miami, we don't know. But again, the government under President George Manneh Weah have served you. So you will have your rights for $17.50. Before you reach the water or regular market, it will be 20 or 25 bucks. And for going, you're right. People are going to start keeping it. They're going to holding the rights. They'll start keeping it. And on Christmas Day, leave your own with God. Survival of the fittest. Where are we, Liberians? I don't hate seditions. I love the president, but I need to tell him the truth. If you do, let him know. We are correct. Why now? Did somebody force you? Somebody push you? Must you do it now? Couldn't you wait after the holiday to give folks the chance to have enough? Couldn't you just wait patient at least after the holiday? Why? For the $2 or $3 or $4? Hey man, how can you be so wicked on your own people? Who called Mawani Deeds? The senator called her from a sick bed? Is the president in the know? Is this what President George Manneh Weah agreed to? Why now? You guys forgotten that we're going towards Christmas? From there, the New Year? Children got to play, they got to eat. Why now? Why have you increased the people trouble? You didn't pay them, but you increasing the people's staple food. So as you go to bed tonight, ask yourself, why did the government do this to us now? Why? What have we done to this government that they hate us so dearly? But we'll wait for Monday and we'll re-echo. Till we meet again, let God bless you. Let God keep you. Let God bless our country, Liberia. Have a wonderful evening and good night. Mariah, thank you very much. Honorable Fagon, thank you, sir. Are you still coming?
Good night.
Thank you very much, Mariah.
Can Joe, we are guests on here?
Rufus, come on. James Goody, come on.
Can Joe, we are guests on here?
I don't know where he getting there with Josh. Why that man, my man. Rufus, thank you. What James Goody? You said talking to that.
CEO, you put a man in trouble.
Oh,
you put a man in serious trouble.
So Goody checker?
You put a man in serious trouble, CEO.
I'm not in trouble. Yeah.
You have you mixed it in with you mix the watermelon, you blend the watermelon with lamb and what is the name? Apple.
To do what? Why am I blending watermelon?
Drink it. It's very good for you.
It's good for me?
Yeah.
How so?
Can Joe we are guests on here?
But what they got say, my Rupert? How so? How is it good for me?
Just try the recipe.
You say watermelon?
Watermelon. You don't put water on it.
No, I know.
Watermelon guy water.
James, come back on the show.
Apple.
Yeah.
In the lamb, you squeeze the lamb in it.
So watermelon.
Yeah.
And the lamb.
The watermelon, apple, and lamb.
I mean, watermelon is too sweet.
No, I got drink it.
Yeah, but watermelon is too sweet.
No, it's not too sweet. It's okay. Try it.
Watermelon.
Try it for 1 week.
Watermelon.
You drink it in the morning, in the evening. Like what I was drinking just now because I'm getting ready to go sleep. You drink it in the evening before you sleep. In the morning, you drink it before you eat anything.
But Jane, why you see Yaka Koroba, you went back? You feel like
Jane know what's going on. Now, Joe, we are paying for him over there.
You get loud.
Joe, we are getting
here. But wait, Yaka. What's the essence of drinking this thing?
No, we're talking off the show.
Okay. So you say watermelon.
Yeah. Lamb.
And apple.
Yeah, and lamb.
And lamb. Okay. Yeah. That's the product that your new production.
You just squeeze the lamb in the spoon. And just put it in the blender.
And lamb, but I don't have the watermelon, so I gotta go.
No, you have the same for watermelon. It's very good. Ask what it is. Ask Timoli. Timoli will tell you how good it is.
You told Timoli too?
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm
We'll
part of
talk
your.
about that off the show. Timothy,
Yeah, but
Timothy
you
been
got,
on it now.
yeah,
For
but
a
you
little
gotta
while.
understand. I think they are not proven. There's no evidence base to your own stuff you talking about.
No, we'll talk off the show. About that belly.
Okay.
I'm taking it. It can't do nothing.
Yeah, but you that belly though, so what I'm gonna take it for? You
No,
that
not for
belly.
diabetes. It's okay.
Okay, my man. Oh, James.
Can John we are get so here?
Then why you see you get called by you run away, my man?
I'm a bushman. You see a hair on here, like somebody running behind people.
I mean, you see,
you want to tell
confusing
your
people.
son after 4?
No, it's after 1 on James' side. It's right, James? 1 or 2.
Jay, I know when you're sleeping, by the time they say water spoon come, you can lay down straight, say war over me. Bushman are you? He's to eat lava below. He get food to eat. Go the part wrong with big trouser slipper on your phone. You saw I was showing one of James trouser before he started working with Spoon. When he used to be running behind me. She was looking jello way back on top.
You got little.
Wait, yeah. The man, I got one picture for James, though. I think we got to find
When you put that picture on, Jim will get value. You a boss man, but you will get value. Ain't no way by big trouser, bonus super trouser then. That is the way. Jing has on a shoe. Jing used to be walking here, me to interview me. I know that iron used to be on the shoe or like golf shoe.
I saw that shoe. The shoe had hole on it.
Yeah, he put iron there.
Oh, I see. Just good, my man. Something happened today to you, my man. We started the show with you. We ended the show with you. But James was on the show, yeah, and one girl was speaking in the back. One, I don't know what language she was speaking on.
See?
Yeah.
My man, when they arrest you, I'm not coming for you.
So I said, Jay, remember this software.
And when you see the 15-year-old, those 50-year-old,
no, the two ambassadors that they got arrested, I was telling Jim, be very careful. About Jim, who they get? She cannot get what? You say she cannot get.
I get vouch for him, right?
Rufa, I asking you, I beg you.
James, call her to listen to Spoon quick.
You want to call Jatu? Call Jatu.
Yeah, I call her.
She was stopped. I don't know. She was stopped.
Can John we are here?
Yes,
Jay, let me ask a question, Jay. So the girl came to get what? She came to get her letter, a book. That's your schoolmate? The man gone.
And the minister was talking.
So Jay, okay, we understand that your schoolmate, what's her name? Her name Vivian Hong.
I said I'm a minister.
Where you got minister?
Minister, we stupid, yeah? I beg you, man.
Now if you minister get female voice.
Yeah, you got nothing you talk.
We could get ya.
Yeah, I'm good day. You can buy.
Can you move over get on here?
You can buy. Oh man, yeah, have a good night.
Well, folks, thanks so much for being on pod. It was a wonderful time. And James, don't give up. Always put in our legs. It's not something real. Nobody should take it real. It was just a joke, though. Ain't that true?
Oh, man, I want to sleep.
Okay, time flies when you're having fun. Hope we had a jolly good time together, getting information from our country and putting things in order. Words are the seeds, they do grow, okay? So let us say positive things about our nation. Let's say positive things about ourselves so that we move from one level to the other. Because in Union Council says a show we've got above our rights to prove we over or prevail. With hats and hands, our country cause defending, we meet the foe with valor and pretending. Until we have the time like this, God willing, join the folks on tomorrow. Okay, it's tough. Join the folks at 8 p.m. today for for another splendid presentation. My name is Rufus Devon Cunning. Do have yourselves a wonderful and God bless night. Bye-bye.